You need like an extra ohm on the VU meter or something.
That's right.
Okay?
He jumped up on the totem pole.
Unbelievable. My God, man. How you doing there, Flounder? What the hell?
Ready
man?
for the weekend.
Now, who's that?
We got, this is Jeff.
It is Jeff. All right, good.
Jeff's in here training with me.
You got him on the low stool or something. Jesus.
Well, he's a little...
I was going to say the guy's like 6'8". I can't even see his freaking forehead.
He is. I came up to his belt buckle when I walked in.
Good Lord, man. Anyway, now Jeff, of course, was on a witness protection program or something.
To protect the innocent. That's correct.
You are. Anyway, so he's here for some reason.
Yes, he's here training.
Training to be another person here at the radio station who does things like this.
He will be working on the programming side, yes.
The programming side.
So in radio we have sales and marketing and then programming.
There's engineering, programming, and news.
Yes, Jeff's background is engineering and programming.
Engineering and programming. Jeff, have you ever taken the third-class radio telephone operator's license test?
Not that one. I do have the
You probably got the first phone. You probably got the first phone.
Yeah.
The first now. Do you know anything about that, Victor?
No.
Have you ever had taken it? Oh my God.
No, I did not.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it's only me. It's only Kevin. We got Flounder, Victor's here. Jeff's in the back, and we got all the news. We got all the news. We got splashdown news. We got political news. Got Iran news. We got all this stuff. However, I don't feel like talking about it right now.
Okay.
And I'm pretty much going to do whatever the hell I want.
Which you should.
Anyway, so now in the old days. And again, I started radio. I got my first professional radio job while I was in college in 1965.
Wow.
That was 61 years ago.
That was the year I was born.
Yeah. I was on the air broadcasting. Yeah. I was $1.15 an hour. Okay. All right. Cool. Anyway, but you had to take a test for the FCC. And the reason was that if you were in a radio station, you were theoretically, legally entitled, not only to that, but there was a demand that you had to take transmitter readings every 45 minutes or every hour. I don't know. I can't remember. Every hour. And there was literally a chart. When you're on the radio, there's a chart on the wall, and somebody had to go take the readings of the transmitter every hour and sign it. Now, you weren't allowed to do that unless you took a test to get a license to broadcast and to do that on an American radio station. So there was a third-class radio telephone operator's license. And the questions it was pretty tough. It was a long test, and it was about ohms and transmitters and, frequencies and the reason, do you know why AM signals on the low end of the dial carry farther in America at night than others do?
I assume the strength of the signal, but...
Almost, no. Now, Jeff's going to jump in. But basically, there's no reason radio works, okay? It's the same reason there's no reason ships float. It's just, they weigh 8 trillion freaking pounds, and they bob in the water. I'm sorry. Anyway, now the radio thing, and what I'm talking about is on the AM dial, we're talking AM signals. On the AM dial, if you're like at 610 on the AM dial, the radio signal at that low end is really long.
Right.
When you're up at like 1420, it's much smaller. Oh, hold on. Is that my phone? Leave me alone. I'm on the radio. It's an 866 number. I guarantee it's a freaking politician or something.
Well, it's
so
a politician or the FCC.
Unbelievable. Probably screw them. I paid my freaking dues. All right, so like I said, now at the low end of the dial, the radio signal is really long. At the high end of the dial, it's really short.
Right.
What happens at night is, Jeff, clue me on this, the ionosphere drops. And when the ionosphere drops, the longer signals bounce off it. The shorter signals go through it.
Wow.
And so the longer signal, when I was broadcasting here in Atlanta on the Clear Channel station, we were picked up in the Midwest like crazy.
Wow.
But the reason is, Jeff, how am I doing?
That's awesome.
You're right on target.
That's basically, that's a simple version, but basically that's why. And FM signals never do that because I get the little teeny, or they have a different thing, or I'm not sure about why.
They're basically
FM
line of sight to the tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
But again, they don't be bouncing around to go someplace else.
That's pretty awesome. I've never had to have a licensed voice, only hands and feet.
Yeah. Well, there you are. But again, now the third class had all that stuff. Now the first class radio telephone, that's like if you have to be an engineer. I could not. I wouldn't even know what the questions were and things like that. But again, they stopped doing that. At the same time, there was also there used to be rules about equal time provisions, which is different from the fairness doctrine. Equal time means if you do one thing, you've got to give the same amount of. Well, passed by Congress is one thing, and FCC is everything anyway. But all that stuff kind kind of went by the wayside when everything started exploding and a more liberal attitude said, well, listen, you have to regulate the airwaves because there's only a certain number of them that are, so if you're going to agree to be on one, you get permission to do it and abide by the rules. But with all this stuff with streaming and podcast and and they're not under control of anybody.
Nope.
And when they talk about the FCC is going to crack down on the so-and-so podcast, no, you're not.
No, you're not. Yeah. That's true.
They tell you go to hell, leave me alone.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously.
Anyway. Joe Rogan does not worry about that.
I have no idea why I got off on this, and well, that's an unfortunate phrase also in itself. But why I suddenly started talking this
phrasing,
grammar, syntax. It's So anyway, Jeff, anything want to add anything here? Well,
no, it's a highlight of my career to finally be on the Kimmer Show after listening to you for over 20, 25 years.
Oh my God, you got to get some goals, man. You poor bastard. What, you can't get a girlfriend? Oh, Jesus. No, are you a long-time listener?
Yes. I remember Wayne, no offense.
Wayne, no offense.
Wow,
Wayne, no offense. What a guy. In fact, when we
that's awesome.
Wayne, no offense. He's a great guy, and he was a Delta. He's a big-time Charlie airline mechanic. He can put planes together. He served in the Air Force, and he served overseas. He's a veteran, and he. I think I could be wrong, but I believe he was taking one of those courses that used to be offered around here, and it was something broadcasting. What the hell? Do you remember the lessons?
Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting. And I think Wayne, he might have even been a teacher. I don't know, but I think, now I could be wrong. Wayne, if you're listening, and his lovely bride Lisa and his kids, a little Kimmer. I used to call one of his daughters when she was like 3, and now she's like 27. Awesome. Wow. Anyway, and so he was doing that, and he became, I believe he started as an intern where we were all working together in early, like 1991 when I came back to town from San Francisco as an anchorman. And so he started, and he said his name was Wayne. I said, no, Wayne, no, I'm not going to. And so I did a little Rodney Dangerfield. I said, here's my producer, Wayne, no offense. And I said, it's stuck. And so I was sort of the king of nicknames back then. Everybody had a nickname.
Right.
Perspiration John, Delicate Rob. I mean, there's a million of them. They all stuck. And it was, here's my buddy Wayne, no offense. And so everybody knew him as Wayne, no offense. I mean, that was his freaking name. So anyway, and so he finally, I guess when they fired me, one day they, in fact, you want how this happened?
Please.
Is this really stupid stuff?
No, this is great.
One day I'm listening to the freaking radio one morning, on Friday morning, listening to the radio like I always did, Friday morning, and I hear Tom Hughes, the king. He was the best morning man in history. I mean, he was just glib and funny, and he's got a sense of humor. I mean, if you don't know Tom Hughes, you miss something. He's just a tremendous talent. One Friday morning, I listen to radio, and Tom says, well, I have an announcement to make. I know it's going to be kind of surprise, but I've decided to retire. So this will be my last day. And I'm going, whoa, wow, God. Nobody even knew. He just said, that's it. I'm done. And that was it.
Wow.
And so, I mean, seriously. And so I go in, and I always went in. I was on from 3 to 6, but I always would go in early and, and stuff like that. And so when I showed up in the morning, they called me into the office. And they said, Tom's leaving, and so we had changed the midday show, and so we're going all syndicated, so your services will no longer be required.
Wow.
Just like that. And in fact, they tried to get me. They said, so don't worry about your office or stuff. Just we'll take care of that later. I said, no, bull crap. I said, I'm going where I want to go, and so I mean, try to what you're going to call the 5th Marine Division to get me out of here before I get my stuff?
Right.
This is my stuff. I'm not leaving it here. I mean, it was really something. But again, at least they paid me what they owed me, so I have to give them credit for that.
Right.
But again, they went syndicated. Now they're dead. The whole freaking place is dead. In fact, one of the greatest general managers. Maybe the greatest general manager I've ever. Do we even have a general manager here? Do we have a general manager? I don't think we don't have a general manager.
Scott's our operations manager.
It was Scott.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. I mean, this was, as you know, that's a wonderful thing, but it's not like, anyway. So, it was just Pat was the name. And he told me later, sometime after that later, he said, when they let you go, they lost $3 million that week.
Whoa.
That week. Wow. And then everything, and then he went black radio or black news or some crap or whatever, and they're gone. I mean, what idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, idiots.
Just dumb.
Anyway. Sorry. Well, that's all we got today, folks. We don't have any time for the news that's going on here on your News Talk radio station. All right, look, this is the way it's going to be, too. Frankly, I'm right up to here with everything that's going on. Yeah. And don't forget Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. Yes. Oh, my God.
Yes.
All right, look out. I got to go. You're killing me. Here we go. Here, Victor and Jeff. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez.
Golf fans, listen up. April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic presented by Venture takes over TPC Sugarloaf, and they're playing a modified Stableford. Birdies score big, Eagles score bigger. Pars, not enough. It rewards aggressive play, so these PGA Tour champions legends have to attack and make it happen. More risk, more birdies, more excitement. Get your tickets now at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th at TPC Sugarloaf.
Quick question. Are your tires ready for spring rain? If your tread is worn, traction drops fast on wet roads and stopping distance can increase when you need it most. Right now at Marietta Toyota, they can take care of you because it's the Toyota Tire Savings Event. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1. Get the right tires for your Toyota, installed by factory-trained technicians with road hazard coverage included on eligible tires. Toyota Tire Price Match is available, plus top brands and additional rebates that may be available. Voted Best of Cobb, Best New Car Dealership, Best Dealership Service Center for 2026. You can trust the work. Offer ends April 30th. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
Restrictions apply. Valid on participating brands. 4th tire of equal or lesser value. Offer ends April 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. You're outside working, making good progress on the lawn, and then you hear it. Something isn't running like it should. It might be time for a part upgrade with Kawasaki Genuine Parts from Howard Brothers. When you use Kawasaki Genuine Parts, you're getting pro-trusted parts that your equipment deserves. No guessing, no shortcuts, just dependable power that keeps you running. Find your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
Stovall & Company is a locally owned and operated family business that has been around for 75 years, offering quality wholesale landscape supplies to North Georgia. We just opened our 11th location in Canton, Georgia at 9500 Union Hill. Stovall provides contractors with personalized expert service from special requests to direct job site delivery for hassle-free jobs and quality relationships at competitive prices. From plants to irrigation to hardscapes, Stovall truly has it all. Check us out at stovallinc.com.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Here's another. 1 in 4 honest, hardworking taxpayer Americans have been a victim of identity theft. 1 in 4. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. In fact, Tanya and I have been saved by LifeLock on multiple occasions. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it, and it's backed by another good number, the $1 Million Protection Package. In fact, restoration is guaranteed or your money back. So don't face identity theft and financial losses alone. There's strength in numbers with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. For tax season and beyond. Join now. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. 1-800-LIFELOCK, 1-800-LIFELOCK, or lifelock.com. Use the promo code BECK, 40% off. Terms do apply.
I don't think I've ever heard this song.
Johnny Cash, right? I think. Right?
Johnny Cash. I don't know this song.
I'm almost positive.
Of course, I always say this.
Well, this is it's a 9 Inch Nails song that Johnny Cash did. It's in the remix.
I was going to say 9 Inch Nails. I knew that. I knew. The guy with the 9 Inch Nails. Rocco and Michelle. Didn't they get married? I'm trying. Let's not talk about them.
I mean, that's
get
a whole
distracted from our show here today. What the hell is Johnny Cash 9 Inch Nails? What? All right, I know. Sorry.
I don't ask questions anymore.
All right, I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
So when Johnny Cash was doing this album with Rick Rubin just fed him a bunch of songs, and he was like, "Isn't this a great song?" And Johnny Cash was like, "Yes."
He was high.
And so he would just give him songs, and Johnny Cash would sing them.
Wow.
But this isn't very good.
This was one of Johnny Cash's biggest hits.
What?
And
that can't be true.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Now,
how about I Walked the Line? My God, man, Ring of Fire, Ring of Fire. Thing of the Ring of Fire. My God, I was 7. I would say 1958 or something.
Why don't you read the damn music history? Because that's why I did this song.
I was sitting here trying to find out what's going on here.
Then read, sir, read.
All right, on this day, and
he put that together at 5:30 this morning.
God, 2007 on this day. Well, see, here we go. Johnny Cash's house burned to the ground. Well, that 9 Inch Nails apparently had a feud. I don't know what the cause of it. Anyway, Johnny and his wife June, this is home in Tennessee. They used to write a lot of their songs there and entertain fans and U.S. presidents. Part of Johnny Cash's famous late period video called "Hurt" was shot inside the house, 20 miles northeast of country music capital of Nashville. After the couple's deaths in 2003, the home in Henderson was bought by Bee Gees' Barry Gibb, who was preparing to refurbish the property when the thing caught fire. Within a few hours, the only thing left was the stone chimneys, and that was a ball game.
Wow.
All right, so then Johnny Cash recorded this stupid song. This sounds like crap. This is not singing. This is not Johnny Cash. My God.
Well,
you're telling me this isn't Johnny Cash singing?
It's horrible.
Just like your music taste.
I mean, he's not singing his talk. I could do this. My end of the line today. Hell, I could do that. Jesus.
I'm bringing a guitar next week.
Good Lord. Johnny Cash.
Should have broke out the harmonica. You would have added to that.
Well,
it would have sounded much better.
Huh? Freaking people.
Sorry, Flounder.
By the way, I remember Johnny Cash. The farthest I go back with Johnny Cash was when I had a big kick when he was played a role on the TV series Columbo. Remember, he played a murderer.
I didn't know that.
He played a murderer, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he was a pilot, and did he have a small plane, and he killed his wife or somebody and threw him out to the plane, and they said it was and then pretended to crash land it. That's what it was. He threw somebody out of a plane and then crash landed it, but lived, and they said, oh, it was an accident, but he killed her. Wow. Johnny Cash, the murderer.
Didn't know that.
On Columbo. By the way, I got a Columbo story. Want to hear my Columbo story?
Yes, absolutely.
Is this really stupid? I have no idea.
Just the facts, though.
Oh, okay. Now, Flounders, I think he's saying, no, this is stupid.
It's your show.
Oh, okay. That's bad news. We say, you're right. You're saying you're on your own, Buckwheat.
I mean, we're half an hour into the show and you haven't covered one top story.
All right, so but we're still talking.
Do your show.
All right. So the Columbo thing, in fact, I get a big kick out of this story back when my daughter Sarah was born. And when my daughter Sarah was born, she had just terrible digestion problems as a baby, as really a baby, like 6-month, 8-month-old baby. And one time she was had some terrible stomach pains like that, and she couldn't have been more than 6 or 8 months old at the most. Right. So my wife and I took her to the hospital, took her to the emergency room, took her to the hospital, and they took us in. They started to come out to get us, and the nurse said, we can only have one of you back there. And I said, oh, really? And I went back there with my wife, and so she's going, there's only one back there. And I said, I'm not going there. Well, this is my freaking daughter here. We don't know whether she's living or dying. I'm not going to leave. I'm not, and the problem was the waiting room is here. The emergency where the voting is way the hell over there. Wow. I mean, it's like, it's like 4 corridors to it. And I said, I'm not staying here while I find out what the hell's going on with my baby. Mm-hmm. And so, so I went over there. And so she starts calling somebody, and she got to the doctor. She said, doctor, he wouldn't he wouldn't listen to me. He was like that. So then they called a freaking security guard. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
On you, the
I swear
dad.
to God, I swear to God, I swear to God. This is New Orleans, Louisiana, where Sarah was born. Jennifer was born when I was in graduate school at Michigan State. Anyway, so Sarah was born with the doctor said. So they call a security guard. So this little rent-a-cop. No offense to a security guard rent-a-cops, but this little tough guy Barney Fife type rent-a-cop comes over to where I am, and he said there only supposed to be one person back here, sir. And I said, oh yeah, well I'm not leaving my baby. And I said, unless that doctor says something else, I'm not going anywhere. And so I swear to God, he slaps his freaking belt, his gun belt and when walkie-talkie, stuff like that. And I'm not making this up. I said, if you pull that thing out of there, you better hope it's a sandwich because you're going to eat it. I swear to God, those exact words. And you know where I got those words? From the Columbo TV, movie starring the guy who played Columbo, whose name, again, I have the name thing, and names don't coming out. Oh, God, I almost had it. Hold on, I'll get it. Peter Falk. I saw that was a fast one.
Wow, that was good, Kimmer.
Peter Falk was in a movie called something like The Price of Tomatoes or The Cost of Tomatoes or something like that. He played a truck driver. And he was a truck driver holding tomatoes, and they pulled him over, and somebody did exactly that to him. Some cop or something slapped that. And he said, sir, he said, you better hope, you pull that out of there, I better hope it's a sandwich because you're going to eat it. And I swear to God, it said the same thing to that security guard at the hospital. And they said, oh, no. And the doctor said, no, please, it's fine. Please, just go. Leave him alone.
Good for the doctor.
And, he realized, and she was fine. I mean, she was going to be fine, as it turned out, but...
Still. Wow. I mean...
Well, I got... my kids were a little bit... When she was in gymnastics class, and one of her coaches, her teachers, gymnastics teacher, kind of pushed her over one of the mats to get her to, do whatever. But he was really rough with her. And
and you witnessed this.
I did. I was there with her. I took her to the gym. Well, I told him if you ever did it again, I was going to put him in the hospital.
They didn't know you were a Marine, did they?
Well, nobody talked. We didn't talk about it. No one ever knew I was in the Marines ever. Nobody ever knew I was in the Marines.
Really?
I mean, for years, seriously, nobody just know.
Yeah. I understand.
The first time somebody said, you were in the Marine, because I can prove it.
So I can tell you when I learned it was when that happened to you on your motorcycle and the hippie that spit on you.
Oh, well, that guy ended up in the hospital, too.
Yes, he did. And he deserved it.
You know what they wrote in the paper? I'm not making this up, too. I'm sorry, guys. This is really stupid. They're going to call. They're going to do it. But put on an old show. Like last Friday.
They're never going to invite me
back.
Put
on the old show. I swear to God. It was the Veterans Day Parade.
Yes.
And he was spitting. Well, I don't know. I don't care about it. But anyway, he was asking for it, and so
he did.
So
he got exactly what he deserved.
Well, he spit on me, and when I got out of the car to confront him, he headbutted me, and so I beat the crap out of him. Oh, what I was going to say, the funny part was that a couple of undercover cops pulled me off and said, "Yeah, he deserved it, kid. Go ahead." And they took out. And then the guy had me arrested, and I went to court, and the judge said, "You should have arrested him because you didn't do anything wrong, sir. I'm free to go." Anyway, the newspaper, Rodney Ho put an article in the newspaper. I still have it in my safe, and it says something like they called me the bully of broadcasting or whatever. He used to refer to me as Gonzo or whatever, and Rodney Ho all the time. And he said the guy that I put in the hospital described me as he's a maniac Marine. And he was like 35 years old, 6'4", 270. 6'4", 270. 5'10", 200 me at the time, Anyway, but I said, yeah, things look a lot bigger when they're that close to you, I'm sorry. But that was some funny as hell. 6'4", 270? Jesus.
Wow.
Anyway, oh, God. I swear to God, we have news. I haven't done anything, and I don't even care.
You do have topics. I
got them. They're up. I got up to yin-yang here. In fact, Port Flounder, 5:30 this morning, I got like 15 things. Get back for me. I got to be in later. Anyway, I don't know. I do want to say one thing. Flounder, this came for Flounder. I remember I mentioned this the other day. I got a package the other day, a couple of really nice packages. People send me stuff. And again, I'm flattered and I'm really, truly grateful, but I feel bad. I mean, I'm okay. You don't have to hear. But I got a package, and it was from a lady named Gigi. And it was my Tootsie Roll Pops, and it was just really a sweet kind of a care package.
Right.
And I wasn't sure who it was, and I know one woman named Gigi who works at my bank. And she's really not one of the bank people, management people there. And I wondered whether that was her. And when I called the bank to send some money to my kids, wire transfer, I asked if Gigi went, and she said no, she's a different thing. So it wasn't her. Today I got a note from Flounder, and it's from a girl, and says, "Hey Flounder, yay for standing in for Pete again. Pete Davis will be back recovering surgery." And it says, "I sent Kimmer some more Tootsie Pops and stuff through Amazon. Attention, Kimmer, to the front desk at Ballpark. Please let them know. Hopefully they'll make it their way to him." It did, and I thanked her on the air. But again, I don't know how to thank her back. There's not an email or a text or anything, Flounder. Do you know how to make sure she gets the message? I did get it, and I'm very grateful.
All right, I'll respond to her email.
Anyway, I'll thank. Anyway, so thanks. So, isn't that sweet? And it's all my. It's these. I bring like six. I bring
awesome.
like a good half a dozen.
Right.
Do you like good Tootsie Roll
but thank
Pops?
you.
All right,
but thank you. But yes, no, that's
I bring them every day.
What a nice Kimmer babe.
Well, I bring two lollipops to my girl out here. That I just,
Yes.
Okay. And the reason is because, she kind of lets me we do like little minor, not really flirting, but, nice talking together. And she lets me call her baby, and I'm keeping her.
You should.
All right, it's 3:30, and that's all I got. I'm going to have to go home. I go.
If you love listening to Extra all week, make sure you're here this weekend for even more great local shows from across the community. The All Four Seasons Home Show, Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so many more. Listen to them this weekend or anytime on the all-new Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are a family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage, we do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Don't believe this nonsense you see on TV commercials about how uncomfortable a CPAP mask is. Take it from me. You wear one, especially the nasal pillow I use, for one night, and you will fight anybody that tries to take it away from you. But if they do take it away from you, you can get more at cpapsetcetera.com, cpapsetc.com. With a store in Alpharetta, same-day shipping. To your health, cpapsetc.com.
Great, another auto repair. You took it to the dealer, and now you're starting to panic. They say it's going to cost thousands and take weeks to complete. So don't fall for the tricks. Take it to Vicks. From simple oil changes and tires to transmission replacements and collision repair, you can count on Vicks Auto Care for honest, affordable service. Vicks Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them today at VicksAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
Lacrosse fans, this Sunday, April 12th at 4 p.m., Gas South Arena in the Georgia Swarm honor our local heroes. Join the Georgia Swarm in partnership with Lifelink of Georgia for an exclusive Marvel superhero comic book giveaway, pro indoor lacrosse action, and a special halftime showdown between first responders and military veterans. Don't miss the South's home for professional lacrosse on Sunday, April 12th at 4 p.m. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. Call Term Busters for a quote, 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class, exam required to qualify. For details, call 1-800-908-7636. Paid for by Robert Livinger, Insurance Agent.
Pay to play, sweetheart deals, government land grabs, and a rigged gambling law. Corrupt career politician Burt Jones made a fortune in public office. But it gets worse. Now Jones is in the tank for illegal Chinese vapes. They're poisonous, they're addicting our kids, and President Trump issued a national order to ban them. But just like a career politician, Burt Jones ignored Trump's order and blocked legislation to stop the sale of illegal Chinese vape pens in Georgia. That's right, Jones ignored Trump and blocked the legislation to ban them right here in Georgia. Why? Because the Jones family is making big bucks selling the same deadly addictive Chinese vapes Trump banned in their gas stations. Corrupt career politician Burt Jones. He sold out Georgia for Chinese vapes.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Look out. I tell you, this is going to get interesting, man. By the end of this, I wonder what they're holding back. We got charges of running, selling baby parts and you're an abortionist. Or, you wear brown shoes and have a truck full of cash where you stole from your grandfather. And now you're doing Chinese vape poisoning? Oh, my God. I'm thinking, whoa, this is going to be great. I wonder what's going to explode by, August or early September when it really counts. I wonder what they're holding back. There's got to be something really horrible.
Yep.
All right, look at it. What do we got here? Here we go. Ozzy Osbourne. About 2005, this was the day the final episode of the Osbournes aired on MTV in Britain. It reached a peak of 8 million people at the height of its 3-year run. Wow. Ozzy Osbourne was at a loss to explain its popularity, one, because he really can't speak. But then he said, I swear, fresh off, which translated meant, I suppose Americans get a kick out of watching a crazy Brit family like us make complete fools of ourselves every week. Yes, we do, Ozzy. Thank you. In fact, I was thinking they were asked me to do a Kimmer reality show. And it'd be great. We had the live cameras there where I come home every night by myself and open up the garage and yell up to an empty hallway, honey, I'm home, and then go turn on the TV and go get my meatloaf out of the refrigerator, get over to my work area in front of the TV, turn on Fox, and get ready to after that girl show, and then get Jesse Waters while I'm doing birthdays and histories for the next day, and then once in a while I'll switch it over to ESPN, see if there's a sports update or something, and by that time people would be going wild. Oh my God, he changed the channel. Jeez. And then when I go creep upstairs around 9:15 or something, just kind of lay out things for tomorrow, get my, that alone. I mean, there's like 2 hours of.
You would have 8 million viewers in no time.
Maybe not 8, but I don't know what I'm doing here.
I get it.
God's sakes. Look out. It's only the Kimmer. We got Victor's in here today with our great appreciation. Of course. Because, and by the way, they're going if you work with a morning crew after they're going to turn on you.
I've heard.
Did you hear these guys?
I've heard,
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
I feel sorry for Bryce.
Oh, my God. Because I've having a nice relationship with Bryce, and I'm giving him, like, fatherly advice for, and it's working beautifully. And all of a sudden, now I'm gay. Hey, Tug, you were the one in the Navy, all right? And I think we know where we got the old nickname, okay? Thank you. With all them sailors boys and them boats and everything. Anyway, so they're going to, they turned on me, but they're definitely going to turn on you just because we're getting along, says, yes. God forbid. And now apparently no one is allowed to answer a phone or leave a voice. I'm out. It's over.
I had no idea when I came to 106. This is what it's going to be.
You be careful. And by the way, Jeff, I'm sorry we mentioned your name because if Jeff, you're working on the morning show, they're going to get you too. I'm sorry. They can't help it. The hens of the morning, they're wonderful guys, but they just, get it's just, God. Well, it's a different style.
Right.
It's older, it's another, it's just, again, all right. And now we have a birthday list here. And by the way, Neil Boortz at 4, and I've got a story here, I swear to God. We're going to play a soundbite in a minute. All right, here we go. Birthday list. Haley Joel Osment. You know who that is, right? Haley Joel Osment is 38. He was the guy or the kid in Sixth Sense.
Oh, yes, I know exactly.
Remember that movie?
Yes, with Bruce Willis.
With Bruce Willis, and he was also in Forrest Gump.
Right.
But Haley Joel Osment in Sixth Sense, I See Dead People. Mm-hmm. I shall now admit to you that I didn't get it.
Okay.
I didn't get it until the end of the freaking movie when I realized, gee, that's why Bruce Willis is sitting by himself because he's freaking dead. I mean, the guy. I see dead people talking to the guy.
It was the title
and
of the movie.
I didn't get it. I swear to God, I never got it until Jeez. I mean, how could you not? I mean, did you guys see that movie? Flounder, did you ever see that movie?
No, I did not.
Jeff, did you ever see that movie?
No.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm sorry I brought that up. I guess.
Put it on your list.
No, I mean, it was unfreaking believable. I said, I bet there's somebody else who might have said, oh, yeah, dummy. You know, I swear. I mean,
I would say you gave it away, but watch it anyway. No.
You know, I want to make another mission to you. I remember in Vietnam, one of the big songs was Abraham, Martin, and John. Remember? By Dion. And when that first came out, I didn't get that either. I didn't. I really for the first few times I heard it, it's a pretty song. It's the melody and dum kind of thing. And then I realized, oh, he's talking about the
right,
stupid God. Anyway, sorry, 340. Okay, I didn't do a history. I want to do this history because I got another story. I'm really out of control. I don't know what's going on.
I love it.
It's the freaking cookies. I'll tell you another thing. I stopped making those cookies for a while because I've gained weight. I'm eating less than ever, and I've gained 12 pounds of solid fat. I'm working out. I mean, I still got a little something. Okay, it's not like before,
right?
But and I'm eating like half a meal in the morning and no time to the day, and then a little meat at night, and that's it. And I have those stupid cookies. And
well, I can attest the cookies are amazingly good.
Well, they're good, but I stopped working. I stopped doing them, and I'm still doing it. I don't know why I brought that up. There was a point that I swear that for a moment there was a point of why about my. Oh, I know. Well, I don't know. Anyway,
shape.
All right, now, this is bizarre. On this day in 1926, Superman arrives on planet Earth.
All right.
According to the first episode of the 1952 TV show Adventures of Superman, I never missed that show ever. My mother and my father knew that I never missed that show, and so did Susie Graves. You know who Susie Graves is? Of course you don't. Susie Graves was our next door neighbor in a little town in Fayetteville when I was a little boy, and her father was a psychiatrist. And I think he specialized in child psychiatry, if I'm not mistaken. And Susie Graves was his lone child. And his theory of parenting was that if your child needs something or wants something, you take care of it right then. They would have dinner parties, and Susie, at the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever years old, she could come downstairs from her room and say, "Daddy, read me a story," and he would.
Wow.
He would go read her a story. And it wasn't called spoiling. It was called immediate attention theory. I don't. Who knows? Went back. It's 1952 or 3 or 5 or whatever. And that was Susie Graves. And Susie Graves used to call my house, or her mother would call my house, and said to my mother, "Susie wants to know if Kimmy can come over and play." And so that meant that I would take a blanket and tie it around my neck because I was Superman with a cape.
Wow.
I swear to God. And this was like 1954, maybe 55, something like that.
Oh, my goodness.
This was like 2 years after Superman started being on TV in 1952. Awesome. And then fast forward at least 20 years, and I got a letter in the mail. How she tracked me down, I don't know. It was from Susie Graves.
Wow.
And she wanted me to contact her, and she said, "I've got a horse, and so if I see you, you can ride my horse." I mean, this is the damnest thing I ever saw. A childhood sweetheart.
Awesome.
She used to make me cookies in her Betty Crocker electric oven that was run by a light bulb.
A light bulb? No way. That's awesome.
Well, there goes that segment. I'm sorry. All right, now remember Superman. He had the Adventures of Superman. The farmer Eben Kent and his wife Sarah hear a crash. When they investigate, they find a crashed, burning rocket baby inside. Amazed that neither the baby nor his blanket were harmed in the fire. They raised the kid, called him Clark. Superman was played by George Reeves in the TV series. His official birthday is April 18th, 1938, though. Various sources give different dates, and it differs in the comic books. George Reeves, and again, if you've never seen it, I mean, it's the stupidest thing in the world, but we all bought it, and it was fine.
Yeah.
The only difference between George Reeves and Superman was he wore a pair of glasses in his suit. I mean, and then he'd go into a phone booth, and suddenly it came off, and boom, and I mean, oh
and
my God.
knew.
Only for Lois Lane, Gia Clark, oh, golly. And it was okay. I remember the time that somebody dropped like a 4-inch square diamond, the world's biggest, most glorious diamond, and they were on a safari somewhere, and Clark Kent was covering the story for whatever, and the king of the so-and-so dropped the diamond into a thing of quicksand. And they said, oh my God, we're all going, the world is all, and Clark said, hold on a minute, maybe I can find it. And he had a piece of coal in his pocket. So he took the clump of coal and put it in his hand and squeezed it and then pretended to go into the quicksand. I got it here. And of course, it came out as a perfectly cut, 4-inch giant diamond. Oh my God, he got it. I can't believe he found it.
Wow, that was a talent I didn't know Superman had. That's great.
Damnedest thing I ever saw. All right, Flounder, here we're going to do this. We're going to do this job. This is one of the greatest things I've ever heard today. And again, cops in Florida do this, and here's one in California, which surprised the crap out of me. Tulare County. The other day, in fact, it was, I think just recently, whether it was yesterday or whatever, a scumbag suspect was late on his rent. Some police went over to try to find him and evict him. There was an ambush, and the armed suspect opened fire on deputies in an obvious ambush after an hours-long standoff after that. And as it turned out, he had barricaded himself in the home. He started shooting at deputies, and then, he was waiting at deputies in wait, and at some point, he crashed out through a window and was lying in the brush wearing camouflage and continuing to pose a threat and shooting at deputies. So here is what the Sheriff Mike Boudreaux says happened next, Founder.
We intentionally ran him over. Don't shoot at cops. You shoot at cops, we're going to run you over. He got run over. He got what he deserved.
Excellent. That's awesome. That's all that.
I mean, kaboom. He said, don't shoot at cops. He got run over. He got what he deserved. And then the sheriff said, I sat down at the hospital and met with a deputy's wife. He had killed the deputy. Damn. A deputy who, by the way, was also a Navy corpsman, served his country. And the sheriff said, I met at the hospital with the deputy's wife and his mom, and I can tell you there is no consoling that family. Attacks on law enforcement of this nature must stop. Flounder, if you would, please play that one more time for all the little boys and girls to hear.
We intentionally ran him over. Don't shoot at cops. You shoot at cops, we're going to run you over. He got run over. He got what he deserved.
It was a Bearcat armored vehicle.
Excellent.
And they
nice heavyweight
vehicle. As it should be.
As it should be.
Ta-da! 346. It's a Kimmer Victor's here. Jeff is hanging. We got Flounder. Pete Davis is getting better. And it's Friday. 404-741-1230 is our number if you want to join us. And Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. Oh, my God. We got too much. We got too much.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
You hear bail bonds and you think one thing. Someone to get you out of a jam. But A Second Chance Bail Bonds is built differently. This family-run team, led by brothers Daniel and Ryan Madelon, believes everyone deserves a second chance. And they prove it every day through the A Second Chance Community Foundation. They support local nonprofits, partner with law enforcement, and stay active in community programs, food drives, and safety initiatives. Bottom line, they don't just work in the community, they're part of it. Learn more at a2cfoundation.org. That's a2cfoundation.org.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's with Tom, the honest car guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, Answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
I was live streaming makeup tips when my internet went down. My followers were furious. Like, both of them.
Someone damaged the gas line and our service was turned off for safety. Now my chili is ruined, and I'm simmering.
As she was digging into my chocolate delight, someone dug through a water main. No water.
No bath.
No delight.
All because my neighbor didn't contact 811.
Be a good neighbor and contact 811 before digging.
Sponsored by Georgia 811.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You'll be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
The world's best golfers have assembled in Augusta for the most anticipated event of the year. Enjoy an incredible after-golf experience at Club Magnolia 19. Unparalleled hospitality, complete with signature cocktails, chef-curated menus, live entertainment, and more. Club Magnolia 19 is the perfect place to relax, eat, and entertain friends and clients after an exciting day on the course. Learn more and join today at clubmagnolia.com.
Here we go. I can barely hear this. There we go.
I normally get songs right away.
There we go. This is Tom Waits. I don't know. Flounder put a Tom Waits song on my Magic Music stick, but I don't know a lot about him actually, other than he's pretty well known as it's kind of like a Dylan sort of a guy who's cerebral in a way of some kind. This is Tom. In 1990, Tom Waits sued Doritos Chips. They were using a Waits sound-alike on their radio ads. The jury gave him almost $2.5 million in punitive damages. And Tom Waits said, "Now by law, I have what I always felt I had, a distinctive voice." Now, Flounder knows a lot about Tom Waits here. I don't know really much
Flounder,
about
is that Tom Waits from the Babies? From the band, the Babies?
That I don't know. I think Tom Waits was a solo.
I thought he was just a single thing.
Yeah,
guy,
you may be right. I might be confusing it with somebody because I thought there was a Tom Waits from the band, the Babies, but
well, we'll say that there is unless somebody prove us wrong.
Right.
My God, that's Victor. It's only the Kimmer. Pete Davis recuperating. Flounders on the board. Jeff's in there learning stuff too about being part of this radio station, which is very cool.
And poor Jeff.
And poor Jeff, because they're going to turn on him too. Poor bad in the morning.
Totally going to turn.
The morning hens are going to. Woo.
Oh boy.
The Babies have the lead singer John Waits.
John Waits.
John.
His twin brother, clearly.
God, incredible story. Our birthday list includes David Harbour. David Harbour, the actor, is 51. Stranger Things, which I've never seen, but that's what he's famous for. Do you watch that, whatever that is?
No.
Is that Flounder, is that like a Netflix thing? Stranger Things?
I believe so.
And
they filmed it here. They actually filmed, a lot of it's filmed in Georgia at the old, you remember Gwinnett Mall?
Oh, that's right. I think you
Really?
told me that one time. Yeah,
I've never seen it.
I don't even know what it's about.
Me either.
Is it like a ghost type story thing, or
like
strange things happening to people?
Google again.
So I don't know. I don't.
No, because
I'm just curious.
I'm trying. It's based out of the '80s in three-dimensional. They've got some ghosts and stuff like that. And
that's I don't. Yeah, you know, when they do shows like that, you're going to bring those people up from the ground. I mean, if they're out there in clouds and stuff hiding, I mean, like werewolf movies and freaking zombies. Why would you do that? I mean,
yes, I agree.
Anyway, David Harbour, Stranger Things, also Quantum of Solace, and I remember him as a dirty cop in The Equalizer. That was a great movie, but it's not. There were three of them. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington has not played a bad movie that I know of. He's one of my favorite actors.
All right, so Stranger Things is a popular Netflix sci-fi fiction horror series created by Duffer Brothers, set in the 1980s in a fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana, blending supernatural mystery and coming-of-age drama.
I hear it's an enormous hit, but again, I don't have Netflix. I don't have Netflix. I don't have, whatever the Fofu or Goof Off or whatever the freak.
Fofu.
Foofay, Fof, Fubu. Yeah, whatever. Find out about what the hell with that. Jesus.
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
And now let's see our history thing here today. On this day in 1957. Ricky Nelson plays the drums for the first time on the TV show The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. I swear to God, I'm having more fun going through my childhood memories. And I know you guys, everybody's saying, I'm going to go to listen to 680. I bet they're talking about the Braves. Well, fine, go flip over and then, then don't come back. How about that? Give me, this is all I got, all right? I go home and hi, honey, I'm home to the darkened stairway. Jesus. This is what I got. And in fact, do you remember, are you old enough to remember Adventures? Probably not. Now, Jeff, you're not old enough, I'm sure. And Flounder, you've probably never heard of Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet either. Right?
I've heard of the name just from my parents.
Well, nobody ever. And Ozzie and Harriet was the wife. Ozzie Nelson was actually a famous, I think, band leader back in the day in the 40s and 50s. And they decided to do a TV show on his family. And they were very straight and narrow and just, gee golly, mama, and gee golly, well, you almost raised your voice there, son. But it's just, wow. And it was The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. And then it became The Adventures of David and Ricky, because David was the older brother, really straightforward and just kind of a nice older brother guy. And Ricky Nelson was tried to be a wise guy, but it wasn't really. I mean, anyway, it was a silly little show. But he became a huge star when the first time he played the drums on the TV show with the family. He played drums and sang "I'm Walkin'." In the episode, his recording of "I'm Walkin'" reached number 4 and then released with "A Teenager's Romance," which reached number 2 as his first single. And Ricky Nelson went on to record "Poor Little Fool" in 1958, which was the first number 1 song on the new Billboard magazine's Hot 100 chart. The first one they ever did, the number 1 song was "Poor Little Fool." By Ricky Nelson, which I have on my Magic Music stick.
Well, all right.
In fact, it's number 124, right after. Oh, crap. What's the name of that? One of my favorite songs. Why'd you walk into, of all the places in this little town, you had to walk here and sit down. I hope you don't see me looking at your blue. You had sunglasses on, would see your blue eyes. What the hell's the name of that stupid song? A very, very sad song about a girl, her ex-boyfriend shows up and sits down with her and she's crushed by it. Anyway, why you want to come? Why you want to?
I have no idea. I am a music connoisseur and I have no idea.
It's a country song and it's why you want to.
Okay.
Why you want to sit down, come in this little place or something. Yeah. Maybe it's called Why You Want to.
Maybe.
Anyway, that was a Poor Little Fool, number 1 single, the first one ever on Billboard Chart 100. Ricky Nelson said, anybody who knocks rock and roll either doesn't understand it or is prejudiced against it or just plain square. Now, of course, the end of the story is, the song Garden Party?
Yes.
By Ricky Nelson.
Yes.
You guys know Garden Party by Ricky Nelson? That was when he shows up in his long hippie hair in the 70s at Madison Square Garden, and they booed him. Because he didn't play Poor Little Fool. He didn't play Wake Up Little... Traveling Man. He didn't play Traveling Man. He didn't play Mary Lou. Come On, Mary Lou. All the favorite songs in the world. And he didn't play... He started playing this electrical stuff and hippie stuff. Wow. And they booed him. And so Garden Party's about how they booed him, his performance. That was all about Ricky Nelson. And then, of course, he died in the plane crash, which was not a good thing. And he had twins became singers as well. And I remember when he grew up and got a girlfriend. I think her name was Cindy, and they got married on the show as it turned out at the very end. What a thing. Anyway, all right, 3:57. Oh, my God, a segment's gone. I have nothing. It's all gone.
You have nothing else. You have plenty.
Well, I got Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. So luckily, I feel like starting all over. No, please, God. No. I know Mr. Dickey's going, no, don't make him start over. Put on an old show. What's he doing in there? What's the matter with you people? How about a Flounders Funny? I don't know. You got a little Flounders Funny in there, Flounder?
Did you guys know this? Pablo Picasso, you know when he died? He died in 1973. Did you know that? I thought he died in 1380. I almost...
Yeah, good point.
1973? Picasso had a car. Is that unbelievable? Pablo Picasso was driving around Spain in like a Honda Civic listening to Black Sabbath on the radio. Ozzy Osbourne and Pablo Picasso were working at the same time.
That's right. Oh, my God.
He saw 6 Super Bowls.
Picasso.
I thought he lived next to a blacksmith. The guy's like at home watching the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs on a colored television set, drinking Mountain Dew. Some of you might be like, Mountain Dew, that wasn't out in 1970. It was. Do you know when it came out? I thought like maybe 1975, 76. 1940, Mountain Dew came out. Really? Hitler was jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, no.
He was like in a bunker, like, do the Dew! Or what? I can't do impressions, but...
Can't do Hitler impressions.
Joe list right there.
You know, it's like Norm Macdonald. Remember, he said, about this Hitler guy. You know, the more I read about him, the more I don't like him. Norm Macdonald. Anyway, and by the way, speaking of weird things that don't make any sense in juxtapositions in history, it's either Sitting Bull or Geronimo that rode in a car.
Really?
An automobile.
I did not know that.
Yeah. In like 1911 or something, in a parade.
Really?
So I swear to God. It was either Geronimo or Sitting Bull, and I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, and I thought, no, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. I thought it was 1747, or seriously. Anyways, coming up at 4 o'clock, Neil Boortz bringing us out of the madness on 106.3, the only news talk radio station in Atlanta that doesn't really suck. Yada da da da. Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Altering peace talks. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Talks on a permanent deal to end the war with Iran may start soon in Pakistan, with Vice President J.D. Vance set to lead the U.S. delegation.
This comes after a new statement from the Speaker of the Iranian parliament, one of the men responsible for negotiating on behalf of Iran. He says, quote, 2 of the measures mutually agreed upon between the parties have yet to be implemented: a ceasefire in Lebanon and the release of Iran's blocked assets prior to the commencement of negotiations. These 2 matters must be fulfilled before negotiations begin. Now, the president spoke today with the New York Post, and he said, you're dealing against people that we don't know whether or not they tell the truth.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. The tentative ceasefire, though, is faltering as Israel pounds Beirut and Iran maintains its grip on the Strait of Hormuz. Israel-Lebanon negotiations are expected next week in Washington. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu approved the direct talks and says there's no ceasefire in Lebanon and his country will keep striking Hezbollah. And the war is impacting inflation in the U.S. It soared to 3.3% in March from a year ago, fueled by the largest monthly jump in gas prices in 6 decades. Today's report shows consumer prices shot up to the hottest level in 2 years.
Economists say a higher inflation reading doesn't necessarily mean the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates because the Fed needs to consider both inflation and the state of the labor market.
Fox's Jenny Cosola. The national average for gas is $4.15 a gallon. Authorities in Northern California arrested 7 people yesterday for last summer's deadly fireworks explosion in Yolo County. 5 of them, including a former sheriff's lieutenant, faced murder charges. This man lives nearby.
The amount of devastation that happened, I figured that something was going to come out.
The blast killed 7 people, burned dozens of acres, and damaged homes. America's listening to Fox News.
born on America's darkest day, 9/11/01. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been helping American heroes ever since. Heroes like FDNY Lieutenant Edward J. McDonough Jr. McDonough served at Ground Zero. He later lost his life to a related cancer. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation was able to honor his sacrifice by paying off the family's mortgage. Donate $11 a month, and you can amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Just go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Life is full of challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith and bring hope into your everyday life. Whether you're searching for encouragement, biblical wisdom, or practical guidance, intouch.org is here to help you grow closer to God. Discover truth that speaks to your heart. Visit intouch.org today. Thanks.
Look out. Here it comes. It's just, it's Neil Boortz. Neil Boortz, Let It Rip Friday with a Kimmer and Pete will get better. Victor's in the house, founder on the board. We got this guy, Jeff, is going to be taking over. It's
Poor
unbelievable.
Jeff.
With Neil Boortz from Parts Unknown. How are you, sir? What's going on? Welcome aboard. What's happening?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm losing it, and I've been warning him for a very long time.
You should have heard the beginning of the show.
No, I hope you didn't. It's not like you do. In fact, I was trying to tell Jeff, who's like learning stuff, this is not normal radio. This is not real, what I've been doing here. Anyway, Neil, how's it going, man? What's up? It's your show.
It's going fine. I'm a little nervous.
Well, about what, sir? About the Iranian thing?
Well, I get an epidural on Tuesday. I've never done that before.
I don't think I've ever had, and that's where they have women have pregnancies, and they put it in your back. They stick it in your back to numb you up for something, right? Is that right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, and so it won't hurt.
So when you have your baby, then it won't.
When the woman delivers the baby, she'll say, son of a bitch, look at that.
And then they have to sew her up again, the old episiotomy, they call it. You know about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
no. I'm getting the...
I made the mistake of seeing that one.
Cortisone and steroids and what have you.
Oh, my.
I'm just sick and tired of dealing with this spinal stenosis.
Is it back pain?
Yes.
Is that now? You've had that a long time, but as I understand, it didn't really affect you for a while, or have always had a problem with it? Or
I kept getting spinal decompression, and that really helped.
Yeah, really.
Until it didn't.
Is that the one where they hang you upside down by your heels or something?
Well, they don't hang you upside down. They just put you on a table, and they tie something around your neck and something around your feet, and they just stretch you.
Pretty much say, hey, hold on, this is going to hurt.
Okay, who was the sheriff? I love the little clip.
Is that cool? His name, Tulare County. His name. Hold on, I got to get Mr. Froggy on here. His name is Mike. Tulare County, California. Tulare, and I'm trying to see if it says where
California?
Yeah, in California. I thought it was Florida.
Gavin Newsom
I swear to God, I know. I thought when I read the story, I said, "Well, this isn't California. It's not Florida." His name is Mike Boudreau, as in the Louisiana type pronunciation.
Oh, good. He's a Cajun.
A Cajun, and he said, "Well, hell, founder, are you right there? Play the soundbite again. Here.
We intentionally ran him over. Don't shoot at cops. You shoot at cops, we're going to run you over. He got run over. He got what he deserved.
He got what he deserved.
There's a great video out there of a woman, a girl, I don't know, 20s, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She didn't get any older. Running down the street, and over her shoulder, she's shooting at cops.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
That's not a good idea there.
Oh, this is a great video.
I haven't seen it.
She's shooting, she turns around and fires a few shots and then keeps running, and here comes a cop in a cop car. What the hell? He just nails her right there on the side of the road.
Well, he saved the life. Oh, man.
The last thing you see is her face as that car hits her, and she bends over backwards and goes under the car, and she's DRT.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You see the video like from his camera in the car or his chest camera or something?
Yes,
How cool is that?
It's the dash cam in the car.
Wow.
You know, when it was that last second of her life when she uttered the loudest "oh,"
crap. Yeah.
And then there's the time, I don't know which sheriff it was in Florida. I think it's one of my favorites. This is Grady Judd.
I know what you're talking about. Yes, sir. Grady. His name was Grady.
Great.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Though they shot some guy a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean a lot. And they some reporter, why'd you shoot him so much? He said, we ran out of bullets.
Yeah, they say, why'd you shoot him 72 times? That's all the ammunition we have. It's true. I mean, there's been more than one case of that in Florida. They don't be messing around down there anymore.
No, they don't. They don't down here, and I love it. I mean, we have probably one of the greatest sheriff's departments right here in Collier County, and I love the sheriff's name. He's a very even, looking guy, pleasant. Rambosk. It's almost like Rambo, but it's Rambosk.
I like it. Great.
And I invite anybody in Atlanta that's just sick to death of Atlanta law enforcement, if you're a cop or a deputy or something, come down here to Collier County and sign up with this guy. It's probably just one of the best outfits out there.
Yeah, outstanding. And I bet the community supports them, too. I bet they appreciate them being out there.
Yeah, we really do. And then my new favorite TV show is not, what's it, Jim Belushi or whatever?
Oh,
the Canine Cop.
Canine Cop, yeah. There's a marathon of those things on A&E, I think it is. I watch those. And I love it when you hear the dog starts going, like that. That's a pretty funny
Donna
song.
hears me in the living room, get him! And she said, are you watching those damn dogs?
And then the guy starts crying, oh, get him off. In fact, the guy's on his belly, and the cop says, put your hands behind your back. He says, I can't, the dog's eating me.
I love it. I mean, that's even more fun than a wood chipper. And
Oh gosh!
And I would dearly like to see the wood chippers. I really.
Well, that would hurt a lot.
Wow.
I really would.
Just feet first,
You ever remember the little Ricky doll?
Oh yeah. After the kind of named after like the football coach who's a little freaky, right? No. What?
No.
What?
The little Ricky doll was, I think, about 1954, 53, something like that.
Oh, Ricky Nelson.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's when Lucille Ball downloaded Ricky Nelson, and they marketed a doll called Little Ricky. My sister had one.
I did not know that.
Oh, Little Ricky, Lucille Ball's Little Ricky. Yeah, Little Ricky. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I do remember.
Yeah. I think he was flying the airplane he died in.
Well, there was a question about that. About Ricky Nelson?
So... I don't know. Look, I was so young.
Too many Rickies to keep
I didn't even know how airplanes flew.
Well, there you go.
Then, and by the way,
yes.
you and I are both in the marketing business. Come on, Kimmer, that's what we do. We're marketers.
Yeah, we're entertainers with products to sell, hopefully, by people listening and like what they do. And if they listen, advertisers want to be part of it.
And we were the first influencers, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true.
We may not have really nice, good-looking legs and bodacious fun bags, but we were the first influencers.
I'm trying to remember. My first radio paid job that I was saying earlier today was in 1965, and I'm trying to remember any of the commercials that we did on our radio station in 1965. It was a daytime radio station. 250 watts.
Well, my first one was about 1962. Because I am a little older than you, and I do remember the first song I ever played on the radio was Percy Faith, Theme from a Summer Place.
Theme from a Summer Place, yeah. Wow. The Woman Who Died on Me, it was her favorite song.
And
thanks for reminding me.
Another one of my favorites, and it came later, was Burt Kaempfert, That Happy Feeling. You remember that?
Oh, I remember his Midnight, Something at Midnight. Burt Kaempfert, #1 song with an instrumental, and it was something about midnight. What the hell was it?
We saw him in college. He's brought his whole orchestra. Yeah.
Cool.
He brought his whole, but back then when we played, we didn't play 45 RPM record. We had all the music was on a tape, and we had to cue up the reel-to-reel tape to the music we were going to play.
Yeah. In fact, we had stereo headphones on my first job, and you would cue up a tape in the left earphone while you were talking on the air in the right earphone while you were doing the same thing at the same time, because they were stereo headphones to cue up stuff. You put it in an audition from the tape recorder.
And my last disc jockey job was at WTAW in Bryan, Texas, and then the tarantula episode got me fired, and that was that.
I think I remember that. Tell the little people what you did, Neil. You went out to the desert with a freaking bag, and then what?
Well, they have these. What's the word I'm looking for? thousands of tarantulas migrating, and they're fairly harmless.
Yeah, well, they're furry, and they look nasty, but they actually
look nasty as hell. Yeah. It was a daytime radio station, so I thought I'd play a joke on the guy that comes in and starts the radio station in the morning. So I went out and got about 150 tarantulas.
Tarantulas, ladies and gentlemen, in the box. Yeah.
And I went into the studio at night while nobody was there, and I dumped all the tarantulas.
Yeah, I dumped them right in their studio.
Wow. And then the next morning, that poor sap came in there, and oddly enough, for some reason, but you know, broadcast engineers, Mike can tell you this.
Yeah.
The switch that turned on the radio station was underneath the console, and you had to sit down in that chair and reach under there with your foot and kick that switch on.
Oh, boy.
So the guy goes into the studio, and
in the dark.
And he sits down, and something crunches when he sits down. But he reaches under there, kicks that switch on. Here come the lights, and there's tarantulas in the tape decks. There's tarantulas everywhere.
Yeah, that's not good.
Wow.
It's,
so
that was
that
to see Mr. Boortz when he arrives.
Huh?
Want to see Mr. Boortz when he shows up for work today?
They notified me before we even got to the station.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be
that somebody else is going to be doing my show from that point on.
Appreciate your
oh my
fast service.
I can totally believe it because I remember when Boortz, when you did the cat from the balloon trick.
Oh, yeah, that was the great.
This is
Georgia
Victor
cat
here
chase.
next to me, by the way, joining us here on Friday.
Yeah.
You tell that little story. That was pretty funny.
It was great.
It looks like I swear to God, thought turkeys could fly from WKRP in Cincinnati. And Boortz went way further on this one.
I think the cat chase was much better than that. And it was great. And I still have recordings of the cat
tapes
chase.
of that? Yeah, really?
Oh, it was great. I remember hearing it. This was just awesome.
Oh,
you should tell the story real quick, Neil.
Huh?
You should tell the story real quick.
I'll just make it simple. It was a remote broadcast from an airport in Middle Georgia, where we would put skydivers in airplanes, and they would go up with a cat, and we'd get up to about 8,000 feet and throw the cat out of the airplane, and then all the skydivers would jump out of the airplane and try to catch the cat.
Well, sounds like a good contest.
And whoever caught the cat was the winner.
Well, they float with the paws out and everything. It's kind of like a pillow.
Well,
yeah,
they
have 9 lives.
Yeah.
You know, the cats cats can withstand a real long fall.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
And they get 9 tries.
But they do have. They actually can use their 4 limbs to cushion their fall. For some reason, they don't tear the ligaments up in there.
And we even had a theme song for the cat chase.
Really?
That was written by one of my actors.
Yeah.
And that
sing it for us.
Well, it's heave ho, out you go. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, on the serious side.
Yes, we're getting serious now.
Kimmer, do you realize? And first of all, I keep waking up every morning. Come on. I want to wake up this morning and find that Donald Trump has taken a couple of drones and shoved each of them up the rear end of one of these weird beard mullahs over there in Iran. I am so sick to damn death.
I know.
Chucky Schumer the other day said,
I suspected child molester.
Trump started this war. The hell he did.
No, nonsense.
Are we on delay?
No. It doesn't matter. It's a Kimmer show. Everything goes. Now let me ask you this, Neil Boortz, and I've been trying to get an answer to this, and maybe I don't ask the question enough. Who in the hell says that Iran owns the Strait of Hormuz?
Oh. It doesn't. It's international waters.
Mm-hmm. So what's the problem?
I know.
You can't tell me that we don't have Navy freaking SEALs and frogmen who can and find out with some kind of underwater technology if there are and how many and where they are any freaking mines or booby traps or anything else. I can't believe that we don't know what's under the water in the Strait of Hormuz. It's 20 miles, for God's sakes.
Don't believe that, Kimmer. Come on. We damn well know what's under the water.
Then let's take all the bombs out of its own there, and then we start escorting all the boats through there, and as soon as somebody does something bad, in fact, what I would do if I were Donald Trump, the same thing he's done so far, but even can make it further, to make an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking over the Strait of Hormuz, okay? 1. 2, if you try to stop us, we're going to destroy your capital city. And that means I'm now advising everybody who lives within 10 miles of the whole downtown, get the hell out, because we're going to destroy it. And it'll be, and I'm telling you, it's going to be gone, just like your Navy's gone and your Air Force is gone.
Kimmer,
and then just do it.
They will have the leaders and everybody that's important to those rabid weird beards. They'd have them out of the capital city, and they've already killed 30 or 40,000 of their own countrymen. They don't care how many of them.
Or
die
they'd bring more in to try to stop us from doing it, and then I say, well, they're going to be martyrs. Congratulations.
But think about this. Chuck Schumer saying Trump started this war. You preface,
just lying.
Look it up. You preface. Iran started this war 47 years ago.
Yeah.
They've been killing Americans for 47 years.
Yeah.
In Lebanon, in where the towers, wherever it was, and
proudly.
And they're loving it. And then that Schumer.
They're just gaslighters.
I can't call him what I want to, but he's out there. Oh, Trump started this war. You freaking!
It's all lies. It's just everything they say.
See how mad I'm getting?
I know.
This is why I had to retire.
Well, there you are.
We have the media in this country, for the most part, and the entire damn Democratic Party, except for John Fetterman.
One guy, that's right.
Yeah, except for him, rooting for Iran.
Yeah, that's
they
right. They want us to
hate
lose.
Donald Trump. So, look, there are videos of Barack Obama, where if I'm going to attack Iran, Hillary Clinton, if they elect me, I'm going to attack Iran. Joe Biden, and then finally they got a president that actually does it.
Yeah.
And Obama and Hillary, all of them condemning him for doing what they said they were going to do.
Yeah. Did you get a kick on the other day? Barack Hussein Puditat, the divider-in-chief, though the only president who really truly hates this country, actually had the balls to go on TV once again and say that Donald Trump is responsible for politicizing the Department of Justice. Dear Lord.
Well,
I think, honestly, I almost threw up.
He sleeps with a guy, Cameron. Come on.
It's unbelievable. Well, hell, he murdered his own chef. My God. He drowned him off on his little boat there, a little paddle boat or something, up the Martha's Vineyard or whatever, one of his millionaire escape houses or something.
Allegedly.
Allegedly my ass. Let him sue me.
Yeah, in Martha's Vineyard.
In fact, what a great story that'd be.
Well, remember, truth is a defense.
That's right. Although, in fact, this case just came up with, in fact, what do you think about the Melania Trump thing? Obviously, somebody has got something that even more than what's the gossip going on now. Seems to me that something bad was going to happen, and it brought up the point, and you would know this obviously more than I do, Neil, although I did get a grade in my communications law class. It was so high that my professor said you don't have to take the final, because if you get a 0, you're still going to get an A. But the Times versus Sullivan rule is that if you're a celebrity, you have to go an extra step to sue somebody for libel or slander, that you have to prove actual malice. Which means they were coming after you. It wasn't that you made a mistake or anything. If they're coming after you, you've got a case. And now, do you think it sounded to me like she was trying to stop something that was about to be revealed? That's what it seemed to me.
I don't have any malice against, what's her name?
Melania?
Yeah. No, not Melania.
Carmela?
The Obama lady, Michelle.
Michelle Obama, yeah. Oh, I have malice against her. I have a lot of malice about her. But you go first.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, if Barack wants to sleep with a guy, fine.
Tallywhacker swinging low and free, bum, get a bum.
Allegedly.
Let's go allegedly.
I mean, and I've met Melania. Melania. Damn, that girl's tall. How tall is she?
I don't. She's got to be 5'10" or something.
She's pretty tall.
I'll bet you.
Oh, my granddaughter's taller than that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, again, I don't know.
She's over in Spain right now.
Your granddaughter or Melania?
My granddaughter.
I don't know. I'm trying to be. Your granddaughter.
And so they showed a picture of the president or the king of Spain climbing the stairs to his official airplane.
Yeah.
And I texted my granddaughter, said, the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plane.
Did she know what that was?
Wow. And she said,
Rex Harrison.
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
And by the way, what the hell's going on with Spain? They wouldn't let us fly our airplanes over their land. They wouldn't. They refused our airspace. I swear to God, Donald Trump should send the whole freaking Air Force flying over Spain, one plane at a time, one jet at a time for like 2 days. Every 7 minutes, meow. God.
Kimmer, we have to recognize their right to their airspace. Come on. At least he hasn't said the International Space Station.
Well, yeah, but seriously, I'm no international political analyst. But what the hell were they worried about? Were they afraid that somebody in Iran is going to now take something out on Spain because we flew over their land?
Well,
what could happen? What's the worst that could happen to Spain?
Kimmer, the Muzzies have taken over Spain once already.
Yeah, but that was, more than 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. Was that 1282 or something? Jeez, come on, you're killing me here. But I'm sure. What were they afraid of? What are the French afraid of? What are the Germans afraid of?
The French. Okay, the next time you're speaking to a crowd, tell everybody in here that likes France, raise your hand and keep your hand up.
Yeah,
and so now if you are French, raise your other hand. And that's France.
Yeah.
Gig 'em. They're just a bunch of frogs.
I know. It's just the whole thing about NATO. I think we really have some serious questions about NATO. And
I do too. Yeah. And by the way, look what France did to Brigitte Bardot.
Brigitte Bardot, and for those who don't know, Brigitte Bardot was the #1 sex symbol in the world for many years.
Yeah, but look at her now.
Yeah, I know. Well, she's an animal activist, and but she's definitely not she's also 92 or something. But anyway.
Well, that's what Spain does to you.
Too much of that Spanish food or something, or all the guys hitting on her. I don't know. God.
Hey, I changed my voter registration.
I saw that. Tell the little people what you've done, Neil Boortz, you so-called libertarian.
I couldn't look. I am in attitude and philosophy a libertarian for the most part.
Yeah.
Nobody's 100%.
Yeah, true.
And so I joined the Libertarian Party. I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe these libertarians could make something out of this and form because most Americans, if you test them, they test out to be libertarians.
If you ask a simple question, do you believe in armed assault? Yeah, if you ask a very simple question.
So they'll test out to be libertarians. I thought, this is the place that people that think like me need to be. But the party structure, and it turned out to be such a joke. That I wanted to be able to start voting in Republican primaries again, so I changed my registration. Now I'm going to get some weird emails and crap from Republican Party, but
my phone pops up all the time, and I hit report junk and erase or whatever it is, delete and junk.
Delete and report.
report. It doesn't stop them. They seem to keep doing it.
Don't tell me that with the technology we have today, that we couldn't get a hold of these people that are trying these scams, that we couldn't get a hold of them and jail them. Don't tell me that we can't. Here's one I received at 7:19 this morning.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the title is X-Finity. Okay, there's a clue. Important reminder from management. To avoid losing access to your email and ensure uninterrupted service, please confirm your acceptance of the new updated terms of service. Click here.
Yeah, right.
And as soon as you click there, you've got all sorts of viruses on your computer. And failure to upgrade will result in the deactivation of your mailbox and the permanent loss of access to your stored data. Now, look, Kimmer, don't tell me that with our technology that we can't
track that. How can we not track that?
Yeah, we can get right to his real address is lilygym555
Wow.
Now, you tell me they can't track that guy down and put him in jail.
Well, I think we should go one better. I think we've got to get AI technology. I swear, I really think this is the thing we could do. When somebody tries to steal your money or ruin your life and stuff like that with a phone thing, there ought to be some kind of attachment where you send a little signal and it goes back to the guy who goes all the way through all the wires and all the satellite feeds and everything else to the very beginning, and it shoots a ray of poison into his eye. Okay? All right, it blows up a teeny little bomb in his ear while he answers the phone. I mean, there ought to be some way to track him and then make the bastard suffer.
The Israelis know how to do that.
Yeah, they sure do.
Seriously.
Yeah, you heard about their iPhone thing.
Mm-hmm.
They set up iPhone repair stations in Gaza. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's one of my favorite things of all time.
And so
the knees are blowing off.
These Hamas leaders. No, this is not. That was
the Jewish.
You're talking about the pagers.
Yeah, the pagers.
No, I'm talking about the iPhone gambit.
Yeah.
So they Hamas leaders.
Yeah.
They came in there to get their iPhones fixed because the Israelis kind of put a little germ into them.
Yeah.
And while the iPhones were being fixed, they were loaded with an explosive charge. And so these weird beard Hamas people, they came in there, picked up their iPhone, they stepped out on the street, started walking away, and somebody in the shop would push a button and the phone would blow their head off their shoulders.
You gotta love it.
And the pagers were wonderful.
Oh, that pager thing, that was freaking hysterical. You see the video guy walking along and said, but blam, there goes his knee.
Knee? Who carries their iPhone near your pager near your knee?
Well, maybe your pocket.
It was blowing Big Al and the boys off.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
And then the latest one, and I think this was Hezbollah, I'm not sure, but it happened within the last week or so, that they had a Zoom meeting with all of the high muckety-mucks of Hezbollah, and the Israelis somehow got into that Zoom meeting, and they figured out who everybody attending that Zoom meeting was and where they were located.
They tracked them down.
And within 10 minutes, every one of them got blown away.
Oh my God! I didn't hear that.
Yes, that was awesome.
What a great story! I don't know why I don't remember that.
You know, a coordinated attack on all of the. And they're saying, how the hell did they know where I was? Boom.
Well, and again, I don't know. I'm wondering why. Well, I assume that they still have lists of the next in line right now in Iran, and if they don't cooperate, I don't know why why the assassins don't just start killing the next one and the next one and the next one.
Well, what they're doing now and what they did a couple of days ago is following the old playbook of muzzies everywhere. Oh, so they're going to destroy our bridges? We're just going to take a whole bunch of civilians and force them out there to live on those bridges.
Yeah. Right. So what are we supposed to do? Yeah. Well,
and Kimber, what I keep... The media and the Democrats are rooting for those people.
I know. I don't know what happened, and it's all because Donald Trump came down the escalator, Neil. It started then, and it's gotten worse and worse. And now they're still saying we're going to come and get you. Yeah. You know, if we could take control again, we're coming to get you. Donald Trump is going to have to pardon, but I hope he does it live on TV. Pardon everybody who ever worked for ICE and everybody who ever worked in the White House. Pardon you, and do it live on TV, one at a time. Here's what we're to protect, because they're going to come after everybody, every ICE agent, every federal police officer.
But this is how demented.
I know.
There's another video.
Traitors.
I know you saw it. This woman on Instagram or something. I just can't get the thought out of my mind that having a lawn is racist.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way a lawn is racist. That neatly trimmed grass in the that's racist. I just can't get it out of my head. Of course you can't.
Yeah, the brothers don't get that, you know.
It's racist.
Oh, wow.
And you take an otherwise normal person that's getting ready getting ready to vote in the next election.
I know.
And they're going to vote for a party. Well, and you heard what are the initials now for Canada? Do you know what those are?
No, I don't know.
You missed that story?
I did. Oh no, the long initials were the gay, queer, dead Indians.
MMGBAFPHIJKLMNOP.
They have a category for dead Indians.
Two spirits. Yes.
Really?
Oh, mercy. Yeah, we played the sound.
Canada.
Neil Boortz, hey, thanks, man.
Chief Thunder Thud.
Cowabunga. Neil Boortz, you rock.
You know Walter Cronkite was the first Clarabelle, don't you?
I did hear. I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
That climbed the TV show. And now Clarabelle with a little horn. Neil Boortz, hi to the missus. Hugs and kisses. And we'll see you again next week.
Okay,
and be careful.
I'm going to watch the Masters.
I don't blame you. Go see the Masters. I'll just stay here and work. It'll be fine. fine, really. It's all right. Now it's 4:31. We're almost done and everything. So I'm going to be right here and everything. So,
Oh, my goodness. Thanks, Neil. It's tax refund season here in Georgia, and a lot of folks are deciding how to spend it. Let me suggest something practical, something you use every day, your air conditioning system. With an earlier and warmer projected spring, your air conditioner is about to start working real hard. If your system is older and inefficient, this might be a smart time to upgrade to a high-efficiency carrier system to save on your utilities. When you combine proven carrier technology with an experienced team like at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, you're investing in long-term comfort and efficiency. Right now, you can save up to $1,700 in rebates, plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making a new system more affordable than you might think. Before that refund disappears on something temporary, invest in comfort that lasts for years. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. The legacy of Joe Biden lives. His open border policy let millions of illegal criminals stream into our country. We continue to have customers visit the showroom and report that they have been victims of break-ins and lost their hard-earned and irreplaceable items. So don't be a victim. Drive by the Safe House showroom and see what real security looks like. Picture yourself placing your valuables in a Fort Knox safe. Now that's real protection for your priceless valuables. Drop by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
So we're looking at 80s coming up here, and if you'll be showing off your yard and looking for landscaping wholesale supplies, Stovall & Company, Paul and the boys, third-generation family, 11 locations all over. Latest one up there in Canton. And again, you builders and contractors putting in backyards or landscape stuff, including maybe an outdoor fireplace or a kitchen by the pool. They can take care of some of that concrete stuff, too, as well as the flowers and trees and plants and shrubs. I mean, they're just beautiful. I mean, as far as you can see. And if you need something really special and they don't have it, I'm amazed. This is wonderful. They'll tell you where else to get it. StovallInc.com.
Braves Country, your season just got even better. Introducing Braves.tv, the new way to stream over 140 Braves games with no local blackouts. Watch live or on demand on any device. No cable, no satellite, no hassle. Monthly subscriptions are now available for $19.99. That's less than 70 cents a game. So head to Braves.tv to subscribe today. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. You know, look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
Great, another auto repair. You took it to the dealer and now you're starting to panic. They say it's going to cost thousands and take weeks to complete. So don't fall for the tricks. Take it to Vicks. From simple oil changes and tires to transmission replacements and collision repair, you can count on Vicks Auto Care for honest, affordable service. Vicks Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them today at VicksAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
Former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich is strongly endorsing conservative Rick Jackson for governor. Here's Newt.
Few fought harder for President Trump than me, but nobody will fight harder for you than Rick Jackson. I've known Rick for over 20 years. He came from nothing, built a real business, and saved thousands of lives through his conservative Christian organizations.
America First warrior Newt Gingrich strongly endorses conservative Rick Jackson.
Like Trump, Rick is a once-in-a-generation leader. And like Trump, he can't be bought, he won't be intimidated, and the corrupt insiders know it. That's why they're scared. Rick will freeze insane property taxes, cut income taxes, and he'll fight for you, not the insiders. Join me in supporting my friend, Rick Jackson.
Stand with conservative Newt Gingrich and vote for the conservative outsider, Rick Jackson, for governor.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Oh, wait a minute. Do we make a mistake here?
Uh-oh.
It's 4:37. It's a 4:30 break. I don't know.
I took it out because we on Fridays with Boortz, we kind of go long, so that's why I didn't do it. And you're lucky because you've done 2.
I know. Well, okay. Well, I got distracted. I got visitors in here. They distracted the camera. We started telling my freaking stories.
That's right.
Susie Graves when I was 7. My God, man. What's the matter with me?
It was a good
Superman,
story.
Jesus. Baker, a little. What the hell was that? Betty Crocker toy. What the hell was a Betty Crocker something oven? The Betty Crocker
with the light bulb.
What the hell was it called? The
Easy Bake.
Easy Bake.
Easy Bake.
Oh my
Easy
God.
Bake. Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
With the win.
Ay. All right, anyway, hold on a minute. Here we go. This is Peter Frampton, by the way. 1976. Peter Frampton, #1 on the album chart in America with Frampton Comes Alive. One of the biggest selling live albums in rock history. And this sound here, I forgot what they called it, but it was hugely popular. The talking guitar or something.
I can't remember the name.
I know, it's a name
and
for
I
it.
used to play in a band.
Yeah. Anyway, it was the best-selling album in 1976. 6 million copies sold. It was voted Album of the Year. And Rolling Stone Readers Poll, it stayed on the chart for 97 weeks. Wow. That's a lot. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal, the Buddhist Lama known as Tirtan Chungdrag Dorje.
What?
That's what they call him. He's a dojo guy. I think he's the first American to ever have his own dojo or whatever they call the
right. Yeah, it is dojo, and I knew that, but I didn't know that name.
Yeah, his name is he's called the Buddhist Lama Tirtan Chungdrag Dorje.
Well, okay then.
And Steven Seagal, of course, in Under Siege, the movie, and Hard to Kill, and various things like that. Steven Seagal. I Googled this to find out, is a 7th degree black belt in Aikido. Do you know, are you an Aikido guy?
I do know Aikido. I trained a little bit with Aikido, Hapkido, and an art called Taido.
No, I don't know any of those other two. Aikido, I mean, I don't know them, but and is this thing you do your whole life kind of deal, or?
I will say once you start, it never leaves you, and you do usually train. I trained for years and years and years.
Yeah, well, this is excellent. Do you like break boards and stuff like that too?
Yes, I sure do.
You?
Yeah.
See, I never, to me it was I did a little thing with just stuff, but I never did any like breaking concrete blocks and stuff like that.
Yes, I have.
Outstanding. Anyway, that's Victor we're talking about. Steven Seagal, 74 years old today. That was a
wow, 74.
74 years old today. And on this day in history, 1992, in the desert, Sam Kinison killed in a car crash by some drunk driving teenagers on a desert highway outside Needles, California. Sam Kennison was only 38. And after the crash, one of the kids said, quote, "God, look at my truck," which is true.
Really?
True story.
I did not know
And
that.
I've also heard, and it isn't on this history thing, but I recall in the past about this, and I forgot whether it was Sam Kennison. Somebody was riding in the car with him, whether it was his brother or somebody. And as I recall, you can't hold me to the specifically, but as I recall, when Sam Kennison, before he died, when he was on the side of the road or in the wreck or whatever, and he was there, and he was saying, "I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die." And then there was a calm moment for several seconds, and then one of the witnesses, his brother, somebody said that Sam Kennison paused and then said, "Okay, and
no
died.
way, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
That's what I remember. It came out that one of the witnesses would said that they heard them say, "I don't want to die, I don't want to die," and then he paused and they said, "Okay."
Wow.
Well, hell, wasn't it? Who was the guy who did all the computer stuff? The Apple guy, Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Wasn't it on his deathbed? He said something like, "Oh, I can see that now. I'm glad," or it was something like he was acknowledging,
Really? Right, that he saw something.
Well, I tell you, somebody sent me that book called "Imagine Heaven," and it's one story after another of children. Went into a coma and then died, and then came back, and later on, the kid who was like 7 said, "Oh yeah, I remember seeing mommy in the other room crying." Well, how the hell can a kid in a coma at 7 years old see mommy crying because her son just died?
Wow.
It's just
yeah, that's something.
Anyway, it's a mystery of all kinds.
It is. Yeah.
And the problem is nobody's getting out of it.
Nope.
Although I do plan to live forever. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So there you are. Anyway.
You're doing better than Joe Biden.
Oh, God. And by the way, he showed up at some dinner party or something the other day, and apparently his cuckold wife, the enabling queen, who's responsible for him getting away with any of this stuff, always that freaking wife, and she had to do all the talking, and they had a birthday party for somebody, and he started to sing along, "Happy birthday, Thanksgiving for Grandma and the reindeer." Well, you know the thing.
Yeah.
Christmas. What a freaking disgrace.
Oh, absolutely.
Pardoned his family and everybody on the Jan 6 committee
after they
save them after they committed all these laws violations.
And they would say Trump was going to do that, and he didn't, and they did.
Brutal.
Crazy.
Donald Trump is blasting what he calls dishonorable Iran over the Strait of Hormuz. And again, Iran doesn't own the Strait of Hormuz.
No, they don't.
Any more than we own the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, we call it the Gulf of America now. But it's not like, we can, put up a gate and say nobody else can drive here. You know what I mean? And the Strait of Hormuz is an open waterway. And nobody has the right to close it. So I don't understand why we've let them get away with it for this long. And again, you can't tell me that they don't have freaking frogmen and Navy SEALs who can go down there and disable anything that's in there, and that they can't find it from a satellite technology. Hell, if you can read the date on a dime from 500 miles up in space, you ought to be able to find out if there's a freaking mine down there in a 20-mile waterway.
But we have minesweepers for the water.
I know, but again, the problem is as long as they have drones hidden places where they can fire them off, then ships aren't going to want to take a chance. But honestly, I just I can't believe, and I also don't know why they don't have commandos who have already kidnapped everybody in any kind of capacity of leadership. They must know where all the others were, and they've got one by one. And I can't believe that they haven't already kidnapped them and say, okay, if nothing happens with this, then off with your head.
Off you go. I agree. And I think that's coming.
I mean, seriously.
I really do.
They've been asking for it. Anyway. Is that what? Your flounder take off for the day? Is that? They got Jeff? Yeah, we got Jeff in there. That poor Jeff, the poor bastard, comes in to learn stuff, and all of a sudden, flounder says, "Hey, screw you, pal. I don't need to meet me." Always. Is that your number of friends or your IQ? That's what
I would describe to the listeners what just happened, but I won't.
No, really. No, flipping the bird is the least of my problems. Hell, I get the finger every day I walk in here from Human Resources. Oh, God, he's back. I thought that renewal got rejected. My God. It's 4:45. Give me a break.
And they thought they locked the door.
Get out of here. Change the code. God.
can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at Extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's XTRA1063.com.
Attention, Antifa, human traffickers, cartels, and woke DAs. With Chris Carr as governor, you won't stand a chance.
I'm Chris Carr. In Georgia, we will prosecute you. It's easy for politicians to talk tough, but I'm the only Republican who put gangs, human traffickers, and Antifa behind bars. I even fought Obama, Biden, and Abrams in court and won. If you're attacking our police or our freedoms, I'll be your worst nightmare.
Chris Carr doesn't just talk tough. Carr had the courage, brought the cases, and locked up the criminals. He has more than 120 gang convictions. Over 200 human trafficking victims have been rescued and seized enough fentanyl to kill 3.5 million Georgians. Carr's taking on the woke left, making crime illegal again. As governor, Chris Carr will keep up the fight and never back down. Chris Carr, governor. Real fights, real wins, real conservative. Paid for by Carr for Georgia.
It's still the greatest form of advertising, word of mouth. If we could bottle it and sell it, we'd be rich. But we can't. That's what keeps it honest. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons. From garage doors to entry doors to windows, for every opening of your home, we've got you covered. Talk to your neighbors. Chances are we've worked on their home. They'll tell you all about their 5-star experience with All Four Seasons. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Did you know you can add renewing your driver's license or ID card to your grocery list? The Georgia Department of Driver Services now offers self-service kiosks at select Kroger and Publix locations. From renewing or replacing to updating your address, the kiosks will issue a temporary paper license, and you'll receive a permanent card in the mail. Skip the line and save time by adding your driver's license renewal to your grocery list today. You'll even get a $5 discount on your order. Visit dds.georgia.gov to learn more. Sponsored by the Georgia Department of Driver Services.
You've worked hard to build your investments, but are they positioned the right way from a tax perspective? Because it's not just what you make, it's what you keep. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Many investors don't realize that their portfolios may be creating unnecessary tax exposure. Capital gains, required minimum distributions, inefficient account placement can quietly reduce your returns, especially as you approach retirement. At Nicholas Wealth Management, we help clients evaluate whether their investments are structured in a tax-efficient way, looking beyond performance to understand how taxes impact income today and your legacy tomorrow. Are your assets in the right accounts? Are there opportunities to reduce further tax liability? Is your strategy aligned with your long-term retirement goals? Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 678-990-8500. Schedule a complimentary review. That's 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you keep more of what you've worked so hard to build.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Lacrosse fans, this Sunday, April 12th at 4 p.m., Gas South Arena in the Georgia Swarm honor our local heroes. Join the Georgia Swarm in partnership with Lifelink of Georgia for an exclusive Marvel superhero comic book giveaway, pro indoor lacrosse action, and a special halftime showdown between first responders and military veterans. Don't miss the South's home for professional lacrosse on Sunday, April 12th at 4 p.m. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com.
Look out now. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, who's not here right now, but he has his 24-hour nurse taking care of him as he recuperates from things. Victor's here with me. Flounders on the board with Jeff. Jeff has been our training guy who's a long-time listener. And so we got kind of a whole new team here for a moment. And who are we playing here now, Jeff? Who's this guy? Do you know who this is?
The Doors.
The Doors, of course. They're all the freaking same. Listen to this. It's the same freaking song.
Pretty much.
I really say.
He had a style. Jim Morrison.
Right? Jesus, Mary. You know, there's 7 notes. You know, do, re, mi. They go up and everything. They go up and they go down. It's incredible. You know, I used to be the first chaired trombone in the All-State Band.
Incredible.
You're not sitting here just nobody, mister. Sorry, I don't know what that means. I hold everything. Birthday. How about, well, I just had one, and now I can't find what I was going to do. All right, well, let's do this. Kenneth Babyface Edmonds. It says here he's a genius songwriter and producer. Do you know who that is, Babyface Edmonds?
No.
Do you know who that is, Jeff? The name's familiar to me, and I think he's a big... Flounder, do you know that guy? Babyface... Kenneth Babyface Edmonds.
I think he's like a hot producer.
He's a songwriter, producer,
rapper.
they say here, but I didn't know he's... the only other... I remember a Babyface... something about playing the organ, a Babyface Cortez and the happy organ or something. Well, of course, that's an unfortunate, phrase there for the happy organ. Yeah,
happy organ.
It's like the nurse the little boy in church was really bad, so the nurse ran around and caught him by the organ. It was a horrible story. The little boy screamed and yelled, and oh my God, man, I'm sorry, that's just so wrong. Anyway, Babyface is 67 or something. Get me out of here. And. This was a bizarre story on this day in 1815. Mount Tambora on the island of Zimbabwe in Indonesia erupts, the largest volcanic eruption in recorded history. The explosion, 1815, the explosion was heard more than 1,200 miles away. The explosion in Sumbawa, Indonesia, released sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, causing global climate anomalies, including the phenomenon known as volcanic winter. Average global temperatures dipped a couple of degrees, and 1816 became known not as the year 1816, it became known as the year without summer, and 1800 froze to death. That was because of the effect on North American and European weather. The volcanic fallout from 1815 in Indonesia ruined agricultural productivity in the local region, resulting in the worst famine of the 19th century, causing massive deaths because of starvation and disease. The total death toll was more than 71,000 people, thousands killed directly by the eruption. And it was during this summer that 18-year-old Mary Shelley was challenged to write a horror story. Shortly afterwards, she had a waking dream of a corpse brought back to life. This is the same year of the volcanic disaster. She said, quote, "I saw the pale student of unhallowed arts kneeling beside the thing he had put together. I saw the hideous phantasm of a man stretched out, and then on the working of some powerful engine show signs of life and stir with an uneasy, half-vital motion. Frightful must it be, for supremely frightful would be the effect of any human endeavor to mock the stupendous mechanism of the Creator of the world." Unquote. Mary Shelley, who was 18 years old, she expanded her dream into the novel Frankenstein, also known as the modern Prometheus, in 1818. Wow. And that was from that freaking volcano, and Mary Shelley, at 18 years old, wrote Frankenstein. Because that a weird story? Every year, I remember doing this every single year on this when I do my history things. I've been doing this for years and years, and I remember this story. The year of the world winter in Frankenstein. Wow, what a bizarre thing. Let's see. Kimmer Victor's here, and Pete's getting better. And everything's going to be fine. And, did you see the video of the Florida woman who got hammered by the illegal immigrant from Haiti after he was smashing this is just horrible.
Awful.
Robert Joaquin, 40 years old, was in the parking lot of a Chevron gas station in Fort Myers, Florida, and he started crashing in the window of the car. A woman inside the store, the gas station, came out to confront him, and he turned on her, and there's video, and Donald Trump showed it all, and he didn't edit any of it. And the video originally shown on Truth Social by Donald Trump showed this animal responsible for killing her, beating her in the head with a hammer, and then it's a 20-second piece of footage that Donald Trump said, I wouldn't recommend watching the 20-second, but I have an obligation to put it up so people can see what Democrats are protecting. One of the most vicious things you'll ever see. To my fellow Republicans, frankly, all common sense Americans, never forget that Joe Biden and the Democrat Party turned the United States of America into a dumping ground. Please say a prayer for this innocent woman's family. We will ensure quick and severe justice is served in this case. The man is pounding the windshield of the truck. The woman comes out of the gas station, walks in, says something. He whacks her in the face. And then when she's lying on the sidewalk face up on her back, he smacks her with a hammer 6 more times and walks away. They caught him. He confessed. Haiti native arrived in America under Joe Biden, was released into the country, and they gave him temporary protected status. That's how they got all those people in here without having to do anything. They just let them all in. And by the way, all you freaking Democrats, scumbags, all said, when Donald Trump said, they emptied all the prisons to get him in here. Remember that under Biden? 100%. They emptied all the prisons, all the insane asylums. You're looking at them.
Yep.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. And took another.
And they let them in. Countries let in their insane asylums and prisons to come here under Joe Biden, and this is what we got.
Yep.
You scoundrels. And he gave pardons to all his family?
Think about it.
My God. It's dignity. They want the Dignity Act now. Have you heard about we talked about the Dignity Act?
Yep.
Please. How about a FLounders Funny? Here you go. This one right here. Look out.
I didn't like that movie, The Titanic. You know what I hate about that movie? Every girl I meet thinks that movie's romantic. Like, oh my God, that was so romantic, don't you think? No! No, I don't. It was a horror film. And they're always like, why? Why? Because all the guys die. See, you're sitting there watching it going, who would I be in that scenario? You be that chick floating away in the big piece of luggage. I'm watching it going, who would I be? I'd be that dude when the boat breaks in half, that dude who falls straight down, hangs off the stuff and goes into the water. That's who I'd be. I'd be wearing a tuxedo, not because I wanted to, but you wanted to dress up that night, right? And I'd just be falling the whole way down. I should have humped that chick in first class.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 10 on WFOM and W.
We have a full minute here. It's all right, Jeff. No, it's okay. See, here the thing is, normally...
I thought we were going to...
No, so he turned your mic off, too. So he's actually doing the right thing, but he's a minute early. But no, it's okay. No, it's okay. All right, coming up, we will do Holy Crap in Sports, and we have more news coming up here, too. So Kimmer and Pete Davis is getting better every single day, and Victor's here with us, and Jeff is in the board with the Flounder, and we're having all sorts of fun doing little button things and shifting things and levers and all that kind of stuff.
It's Friday.
And we're all together on the Dorky 106.3. 106.3. 5 o'clock. Look out. Here we go.
A record-setting mission nears an end. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Artemis II is closing in on a dramatic finale, a Pacific splashdown for a historic mission. NASA says the 13-minute re-entry window must go perfectly for the Orion capsule.
NASA decided to put Orion on a steeper, shorter re-entry path to reduce the time the shield is exposed to extreme heat. Company officials with NASA's prime manufacturing contractor for Orion agree. After the capsule slows to about 350 miles an hour, it will deploy a series of parachutes to slow even further for a splashdown speed somewhere between 17 and 20 miles an hour.
Fox's Jonathan Siri. A splashdown's expected off the coast of San Diego at 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time. The Artemis II crew set a record for traveling the farthest into space and was the first moon mission in more than 50 years, even though just a flyby. Iran made demands today that may derail peace talks with the U.S. this weekend in Pakistan. Tehran says it won't proceed with talks unless its assets are unfrozen and there's a Lebanon ceasefire. Vice President Vance, who's leading the U.S. delegation, had his own demand before leaving for Pakistan this morning.
If the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive.
Vance says he expects positive talks and says President Trump has given some pretty clear guidelines.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. As stocks ended mixed for the day and up for the week.
With the Nasdaq notching its 8th straight session of gains, its longest winning streak since August of 2024, following March's CPI report, with inflation data rising to its highest level in nearly 2 years in the wake of the Iran war.
Fox's Hillary Barsky. The Nasdaq gained 80 points. The Dow fell 269. America's listening.
Now, this 25th anniversary of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation remains committed to honoring the heroes shaped by that day. Heroes like NYPD Detective Victor Vargas, a U.S. Air Force veteran who died from pancreatic cancer after serving in the World Trade Center recovery efforts. Tunnel to Towers honored Detective Vargas by paying off the family's mortgage. You can donate $11 a month, and you can amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Life is full of challenges, but you don't have to face them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find powerful sermons from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith and bring hope into everyday life. Whether you're searching for encouragement, biblical wisdom, or practical guidance, intouch.org is here to help you grow closer to God. Discover truth that speaks to your heart. Visit intouch.org today. That's intouch.org. Thanks.
All right, I got time to herb. Right, let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Almost got you, Jeff. Jeff is here training with Flounder for various goodness things in radio. Victor's on board. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete Davis will be doing Pete Davis Holy Crap at Sports later, but Pete's rested up, recuperating from surgical things, and been well taken care of by a 24-hour nurse who I know is quite able and happy to make sure everything's going to be fine. So that's good news. And he'll be back at some point, and he'll be, calling in. Everything's fine. Everything's good. And I appreciate. Everybody thought he went off to get married. That's what that's
really.
What it was. Yeah,
oh wow.
That's what it was. Let's see. Kimmer and Peter is here in spirit, and Flounder and Jeff and Victor, and it's kind of a weird day. It's been a weird day from the very beginning. It's been a fun day. I can't help it, and it's just the way it goes. And I haven't even started yet because a couple of things. I put 2 videos on today. We have the Strait of Hormuz. I don't understand what's going on. I guarantee you, there's not going to be a peace agreement this weekend. There's no way they're going to settle it all this weekend in Pakistan or whatever. No. I mean, it's just but they're going to agree to keep talking, and maybe they'll get an agreement on something. I don't know why we don't just take the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know why we don't just take the Karg Island and the Strait of Hormuz and just say, okay, guess what now? Either work with us, and maybe they want to put on a fee system for boats to go through if they all agree to it or whatever. I mean, as long as it's not blackmail or you're stopping the open sea travel, like the Panama Canal is a little different story. But again, there ought to be some way to work it out. And again, I don't know why Iran wouldn't want to be our friend rather than our enemy. But again, so I don't have any confidence about a peace deal. I think they'll continue the ceasefire. Who knows? Israel's got to decide things. I mean, it's all a mess. I honestly, I have no expertise in this area. All I know is I'm up to here with it, and I hope the hell they have a plan so that we don't get embarrassed and have to end up without getting what we want. Right. So anyway, whatever. So we got that going for us. A quick thing here about how much they still hate Donald Trump. This happens all the time. This down in Florida, a medical examiner named Dr. Bob, and I'll try to pronounce, well, actually, I give him respect for pronouncing his name, Flasgraf or something like that, at the Duval County Medical Examiner's office, posted with a big smile, oh, he's looking forward to the big, beautiful obituary one day for Donald Trump.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. A doctor.
And that's a doctor?
Yeah. Medical examiner.
Should lose his license.
In Florida. And, of course, he's been taken off of duty. They've suspended him. I don't know why they haven't fired him. And, by the way, this is in, let's see what city, Duval County. Does it say what city? Because he is... we'll wait to see what he's that whatever the city is. He's the city's second highest earning person on the payroll of the entire city. Wow. He makes $306,000 a year.
Wow!
To carve up dead bodies. He also got caught driving under the influence and threatened to kill the other driver. And when the cops showed up, he said, "Don't you know who I am?"
He's one of those.
That's the same guy, and he got away with that one.
Oh.
Yeah, he got probation or something or other.
Wow.
Anyways, and they still just hate Donald Trump. I mean, it's Trump derangement.
It's a disease.
It really is.
It is.
There's no other reason to explain it. A doctor starting
it's a
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, what else we got here? Yeah.
Did you hear that? I don't remember. Maybe Flounder knows. There was an actress. I think it was an actress the other day that said, "Iran, we gave you the coordinates to the White House. Why haven't you taken it out yet?"
Oh, jeez.
I mean, these people are sick. They truly are.
They need to track them down because that's a threat against the president.
That's a threat against. If the Secret Service is not beating her door down, shame on them.
I don't understand. Let's see. I've got a lot of crime stuff in here. Don't feel like. Oh, you know what? I got a couple of weird things I'd like to get your opinion about. And also, friends, if you like to call us, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And I put two things on Facebook today, just out of curiosity. One was I filled up gas today, and once again, $5.10 a gallon.
Ooh.
I need high test in my car. $5.10 a gallon. 3 days ago, I filled up at the Shell station here on Terrell Mill and Powers Ferry, and that was $5.10. This morning, I filled up on in Alpharetta at the Green station, BP, I guess it is, $5.10.
Wow.
Now, again, that's not going to be what we're, eventually, but I'll tell you this, if we don't, have some success with getting all these things under control by the summer, we're, politically, we could be in serious trouble here. So I'm just saying, but again, now, here's the other thing. I put a video on Facebook today and YouTube today. There was a commercial on TV, and it was a commercial for an attractive woman in her 30s, I guess, probably. And she had some kind of disease, something or other thing. And so she's taking medicine for it, and it shows her, with her friends, she's kind of sad. And then she takes some medicine, and then she feels like she's exploding through the glass pane into goodness stuff. And the scene of her exploding into the state of feeling good again is all of a sudden she goes from talking to the doctor's office or her friends, whatever, into a beautiful, expensive, fine dining restaurant with a guy sitting at a candlelit table in a dinner waiting for his true loving lover, wife or girl. She seemed like a lover as opposed to a wife, but who knows. Anyway, so she comes through, and the picture is of the guy sitting at the table, and she comes in, walks over, and the guy never stands up. He never moves. He just sits there. And I don't know. And it struck me as we've been talking for days now when Bryce was in there talking about meeting the girl for the first time, his new, friend and so forth, and about how things have changed from social media and the wokeness. We've been talking about how men are all a bunch of freaking pansies and a bunch of sissies, and that's what the Democrats have caused. Hell, Gavin Newsom's wife the other day, I heard a soundbite, I think the Morning Show boys played it, and it was a soundbite of Gavin Newsom's wife from a few years ago saying that she was complaining about her son being a little too masculine. A little boy showing the traits of being a little too masculine? You freaking God! They're take weird. The kid away from her. And by the way, isn't Gavin Newsom's wife one of Harvey Rapestein's couch concubine, co-conspirators?
That's what we've heard.
I think it was an actress. She made, she was with Harvey Rapestein. Yeah, we want that for a first lady. But again, she said her son was getting too masculine. Anyway, so in light of that, and also in the political stuff with all these, these freaking weak characters, and now have you seen lately? Now they've decided to start swearing and using bad words. When the Democrats have meetings, and now saying F Trump, they have signs now F Donald. Have you seen this? Is unbelievable that they think that's what being a man is.
Man is right.
And by the way, it's the women holding the signs. I mean, anyway, so in this commercial, and the guy's just sitting there. I mean, I honestly, now again, I'm an old fart, and you stand when a lady comes in, but again, it's his lover, and then they show, he sits at the table, never freaking moves. She goes over, and then they show her reaching over to hold hands and a loving look on her face, as though, oh, my lover's waiting for me, just sitting there. He doesn't even get up to, I mean, I can't believe it.
Yeah,
and I know I'm being stupid. Now, Jeff, you're not, you're a little older than 25, so but again, I reacted really weird. I don't know if you saw the video. I didn't put it in here locally, but anyway, I don't know. Does that sound? Am I being real weird here? Any comment on that?
No, I mean, they don't know the difference between a man and a woman anyway. So what do they do?
It's really. It really just struck me as just wrong, and it's just, and the fact that she wasn't had a problem. She didn't have no problem with it. Just fine, just the way it is these days.
I just think it's sad.
I just think it's sad.
Very sad. I mean, that's just, I don't know. There's something to be said about tradition, and that masculinity is...
Well, here's another thing. I saw this today. I took a note about it. About a week ago or so, I remembered we were making fun of the CEO of McDonald's when he came out with this. Remember, there was a new burger, the new giant something burger or whatever the hell it was, sandwich of some kind. And he said he was showing, he was doing a TV commercial, was showing him with a new product. And he said, boy, people look at the size of this baby, and people are going to be able to take a bite of this great big thing like this. And he says, oh, this is going to be great. And he goes, teeny little nibble on the. Remember, just see the video, the commercial. Oh, he took a little teeny little nibble out of it and stuff, and the freaking crowd went nuts. Social media erupted with, what the hell? Looks like you don't even like your own food. He's the CEO of McDonald's, and he's afraid to eat it. He's literally afraid to take a freaking bite. So now that I saw the commercial this morning, now they're making fun of him and thinking it's even better. The commercial this morning showed him, the CEO, standing on the right of the screen. With him, a guy is actually holding their new
burger.
No, it's a chicken. It's a nuggets. It's a McDonald's chicken nuggets. So the guy on the left is saying, "Oh, should we show you the right way to eat food on TV?" And they made and I'm going, they're going to make fun of the thing. And the guy says, "Yo, no, we know how to do it now." And he takes that chicken nugget and he takes a little teeny little freaking bite of it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I mean, you pansy. I mean, it's terrible. Just the men everywhere, no matter what it is, the men are freaking pansies.
Yeah. They want beta males, no more alphas.
God.
That's exactly what they want.
I thought the male ponytail and I thought that was. I couldn't believe it.
Do you remember? Was it Burger King or was it maybe McDonald's? Was it years ago that had the really pretty lady that seductively took a bigger bite?
Those days.
What happened to those days?
Yeah, that'll be the day.
I'd go eat a burger again.
I know. All right. Anyway, the Masters. We'll do a little sports action coming up. Kimmer's here. Victor's here. Pete's getting better. Jeff's on the board. Flounder took off because it's Friday. And he said, "I got the new guy, so he's got that management card now. He's got his own freaking parking spot.
He's got a reserve space.
Jeez, all right, 5 point. Oh God, man, that's unbelievable.
He's at the Braves game.
Oh my God, man."
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's extra1063.com.
Taking care of your stuff. Atlanta Safe House, new location, celebrating with sales and special discounts. And there's always something special going on they have more Browning and Fort Knox safes than anybody in this whole part of the country. And there's always something special, especially those rebates, man. You're going to save a bunch of money. About 500 of them right there at their new location. They moved to Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. And I was talking about my first gun safe was a Browning, as I recall, decades ago. But they have pistol safes and safes for long guns and bows and arrows. But it's not just for weapons. I mean, it's things, like medical records, which I didn't have in Florida when I didn't have a safe, and it cost me from the Biden VA thing anyway. But again, stuff like that. Well, now I don't have to worry about things like my living will, whatever might be left in the bank, or, stuff you want to save, especially for emergencies. And again, if you're going out of town or doing something for the summer and you need a safe, they can even rent you a safe. If you have a safe that's broken, they can fix it, and they'll never give somebody else your master reset code either. They're really taking care of your rights as well as taking care of your stuff. The stuff you want to save from burglars, fire, floods, and anything else. AtlantaSafehouse.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I recently read an article that said 65% of those surveyed, they're more worried about running out of money in retirement than they are of death itself. So let's talk about some of the ways you can help our listeners replace that paycheck they've relied on for all these years in their working lives.
Well, it makes sense that they'd be scared of that, because what do you do if you run out of money in retirement? You're going to go back to work? Who's hiring folks that are retired and physically and mentally you're going to be able to do that? And isn't the whole point of having a financial advisor so that you never have to worry about that again? So one of the ways that we do that is we build a fully comprehensive income plan so that we know there's money coming in every month that'll cover your bills, give you the quality of life that you're looking for, no matter what the market's doing, no matter how long you live. In some cases, regardless of what happens to you health-wise. So we can put plans in place to eliminate or at least mitigate all of those kind of risks every single person deals with in retirement.
I know a lot of our parents relied on pensions, but let's be honest, Evan, the pension is becoming a thing of the past, but there are ways for folks to create their own personal pensions, aren't there?
Yeah, so I'm a big proponent of do-it-yourself pension, but when we do the pension ourselves, the one negative with a pension is all the value in the pension goes away once you turn on the actual income. With the plans that we build, with the do-it-yourself pensions, you maintain that asset, or more specifically, your surviving spouse, your kids. And so you live forever. You get a ton of paychecks, and whatever's left over goes to the wife and kids, surviving spouse, beneficiaries, whoever that might be.
Call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary review of your savings and investments today. Call 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Great, another auto repair. You took it to the dealer and now you're starting to panic. They say it's going to cost thousands and take weeks to complete. So don't fall for the tricks. Take it to Vicks. From simple oil changes and tires to transmission replacements and collision repair, you can count on Vicks Auto Care for honest, affordable service. Vicks Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them today at VicksAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
You know that Bill Bird did a thing about the movie Titanic. It was on this day, 1912, the unsinkable boat set sail from Southampton, England on the maiden voyage. It was 5 days later, hit the iceberg and sank. And that she could have led him onto that lifeboat. There was plenty of room on there if she'd have just hauled him the hell up. And then she just, and down, my heart will go on. Please, you're killing me here. Anyway, sorry. It's Holy Crap at Sports, sponsored by Glickman's Flams. If you need Flams, you need Glickman's. And Pete's off, of course, because he's, had surgery and everything. He's doing a lot of stuff. Now, a couple of things, a lot of Masters coverage. And I don't know I don't have the scores because I haven't been looking at them because we're doing other stuff here. But apparently the Masters is having people are very upset about how to watch it. It's not like the old days. Tuning into the Masters app, Masters.com, Prime TV, Paramount Plus, and ESPN. But gone are the days of CBS firing up the cameras at 3 o'clock and showing only the back nine. Remember those days? Yep. In fact, when they started showing the whole golf course, people went crazy saying, oh my God, I had no idea. I mean, it was a thing for years and years and years. And now, all of a sudden, Augusta National has to evolve with all this streaming crap. And so they've got Thursday and Friday, Masters.com does it in the morning, and then Masters.com and Paramount Plus. 12 to 2 is Amazon Prime yesterday and today, and then 2 to 6:30 this afternoon, right now, is ESPN. Saturday and Sunday, if you want to watch in the morning from 9 to 1 in the afternoon, you have to go to Masters.com and Paramount Plus. Well, I don't have that, so I can't watch. I couldn't even tape it from 9 to 1 to see it later because I don't have Paramount Plus, as far as I know. Or you can watch starting at 1 from 1 to 6 on CBS Saturday and Sunday. But still, that's the day. If it's covered, then there ought to be a way to watch the day.
Yeah,
I mean, it's punitive. It's just money. It's just them to make more freaking money. That just Masters.com really needs subscribers to make more money for the master. That ticks me off.
It's crazy.
Now, I shall go on to other Masters stories. Let's see. Did you hear about Robert McIntyre? Hold on, I got to get Mr. Phone ready here. Robert McIntyre is the number 8 in the world, and he sit his ball into the water not once, but twice on the 15th hole. That's sort of short, well, relatively speaking, par 5. It is reachable in 2, but if you go long, it bounces off the back end of the pond, and there's a pond in the front. The pond would be good for you, by the way, Victor. Anyway, so he hit one in the water, and then he hit another one in the water. He ended up with a 9. Ooh. That's 4 over par on the 15th with a tough opening day round of the Masters. His blood pressure was starting to rise on the 12th hole, and when he wasn't happy with his tee shot on 12, which is a very interesting hole, he could be heard shouting, "It's now going left to right, Jesus blank," and then he yelled blank blank, and then he slammed his golf club into the fairway on the 17th hole, and then he sent out a couple of blanking blanks, and then he flipped the bird.
Well,
yeah, I gave the bird, I gave him the finger the whole time. He said, I know. He said, I'm volatile. I know bad language, but that's just me. I'm trying to do my best out there. I'm a sportsman. It's live. I'm going to react the way I want to react. I'm not going to change how I react because there's someone standing there or somewhere. I'm trying to do the best I can. Wow. Well, I don't know. Anyway, Rory McIlroy, I think the defending champion, is still playing great.
Yeah.
Last I heard,
last I checked, he was leading.
Yeah, and he teed off in the morning yesterday, teed off in the afternoon today, so I assume he's probably still out on the course. And
he's in the lead currently, -7.
Wow.
Oh, really? And that's 2 under today because he was 5 under, as I recall.
Yeah, so
yesterday.
he's -7 total.
Total, wow. Yeah. Well, that's good. And that's, again, that golf course is, I had the chance to play.
Really?
Might as well.
Tell one more story. This is on my bingo card.
Yes,
they got to keep track of my stories.
Absolutely.
Well, I got Jeff has not heard it, and
right.
Victor hasn't heard this story.
Heard it.
Well,
no.
It happened to be that I had this whole thing called love for this certain woman and her family, the thing, and so I wanted to bring her from her home in New Orleans to get her home with me, and so and in the meantime, one of the listeners to my show was this really funny. Happened to be a black guy who is a fan of the show and is good. I'm not a good personal friend because I didn't hang around, but friend of the show, and so I knew him, who he was and so forth. And he invited me to play as his guest at Augusta National.
Wow.
And what they, after the tournament, when it's over on Sunday, they close the course for the summer. But before they do that, they allow friends and people who know people and reporters and stuff like that. They allow people to play the course for a short while, and before they close it down for the summer. It's just not open in the summer. It's all done. Nobody plays golf there in the summertime. Yeah, and so he invited me to play golf on one of the last days when people would be involved in golf, and I had just made arrangements to pack up her stuff and drive her and her son, to my future stepson, to Atlanta on that day. As it turns out, I could have changed the day I was going to move her, but I didn't know about that, and I was afraid to, I'd made plans with her, and I didn't want to say, sorry, I can't do it. I'm going to go play golf at the Masters. So she wouldn't give a damn about them playing golf at the Masters. Right. So just out of my goodness of my heart, I didn't want to do anything. So I said, so I told the guy, no, I really can't do it. I can't do it. And then when I told her about it, she said, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Do anything wrong. So I called the guy back and said, all right, I got somebody.
Oh,
so it's my, but I had a chance. I was invited to play Augusta National.
That's awesome. Not many people can say that.
No, but anyway. So that's just the way it goes. Everything's fine. And I got a couple quick sporty, like a Masters things here too. And then let's see.
All right.
A couple of Masters things. Lee Elder. On this day in 1975, Lee Elder, at the age of 41, is the first black golfer to play in the Masters. He shot 37 on the front, which is one over, and back nine for a 74, and trailed Bobby Nichols by 7 strokes. The achievement considered historic and long overdue at the Masters and Augusta National for a sport that was not known for racial tolerance for many years. The PGA did not approve of participation of black golfers until 1952, or after that, actually, and Augusta National did not have a black member until 1990 and a female member until 2012, and that was Condoleezza Rice.
Really?
The first woman was also happened to be black, but the first woman was former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. Wow. Anyway, Elder played from 1977 to 1981. And Tiger Woods became the first black golfer to win the green jacket 22 years after Lee Elder played for the first time in 1975. In 2021, Lee Elder was given the honor of hitting the ceremonial opening tee shot with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player. And but he was offered the opportunity, but he was sick at the time and then died later that year in 2021 at the age of 87.
Wow.
Gary Player became the first international Masters champion in 1961 on this day. He was 25 from South Africa, beat Charles Cole by a stroke. First international champion of the Masters. And let's see. Well, that's pretty much all I got about the Masters. Let's see. What else?
That was very informative.
Wow. I will tell you a golf story.
Okay.
About with the PGA older PGA golfers. We mentioned Lee Elder. There was a famous guy named Jim Dent. On the Jim Thorpe and Jim Dent on the senior PGA Tour, and Jim Dent, I was invited to play the senior PGA Tour Pro-Am event at I can't remember what the course was, somewhere up here, somewhere in the Alpharetta area, and Danny McLefty, my golf pro buddy, a PGA Pro member, a good friend buddy, played golf with every weekend for 10 years, caddied for me. And so we get to the call. God, I can't believe it. It wasn't Atlanta National, but it was like that, It was Atlanta Country Club or something. I mean, I forget. Anyway, so it's all these all the senior champion. I mean, they were all there. I had my caddy bag. They had signed their autographs on my caddy thing for that Danny was wearing. And I'm not making this up. In fact, Jim Dent. I'll never forget Jim Dent. He would put his tee in the ground. He would take a step back and hit it. No goofing around, no doing the fiddling family. He just hit up and he killed it. He just murdered the ball. And I was playing in his foursome with him, and I won a skin.
Really?
I swear to God, I won a skin. No. We're playing with PGA Tour Pro, prize, and I actually won a skin. And I can't remember how I did it. but I want a skin.
That's awesome.
I didn't take it was money actually, but I didn't take the money.
still.
But anyway, but that was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Anyway, let's see. 5:29. Victor's here. Pete Davis is getting better, and everything's going to be fine. And Jeff is here learning the board,
Yes, he is.
the kind of the formats and stuff.
Right.
Again, Jeff, this is not normal radio. You wouldn't get another show like it, and anybody in the building doesn't do like shows like this.
Right.
It kind of just it's supposed to go over here, but it goes over like this. So anyway, but welcome aboard. I don't know if you're learning anything, but it's certainly nice to have you here. So.
Good to be aboard.
Yeah, there you go. And by a couple of quick things here for Pete in his honor, though he'll be back.
Yes.
This day in the year 2000, Ken Griffey Jr. became the youngest player in baseball history to reach 400 home runs. Ken Griffey Jr. was 30 years old. He ended his career with 630 of them. That puts him fifth on the all-time home run list, behind Willie Mays, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Barry Bonds, the corked up,
the juice,
chemical leader of all time.
Right.
And of course, I have a Willie Mays story, but I don't have time now.
Oh well, when you
Tell
get
you
back.
Willie. No, I just told my Willie Mays story the other day. We don't want to have Flounders said, no, you don't. No, you rewind the tape and you go home. 5:30, get me out of here. Let me alone. Get out of here.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
The best time to shop for a new car is when selection is strong and the offer is clear. Right now at Marietta Toyota, the new 2026 Toyota Camry is all hybrid and in stock. It's built for commuters with exceptional fuel efficiency, up to 53 miles per gallon in the city. Voted Best of Cop, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Dealership Service Center. Here's the difference you don't get everywhere. Every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. For well-qualified buyers, special APR financing is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends May 4th, 2026. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. You're outside working, making good progress on the lawn, and then you hear it. Something isn't running like it should. It might be time for a part upgrade with Kawasaki Genuine Parts from Howard Brothers. When you use Kawasaki Genuine Part, you're getting pro-trusted parts that your equipment deserves. No guessing, no shortcuts, just dependable power that keeps you running. Find your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family-owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallINC.com, or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 9500 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Oh no, what is that sound?
It's our rejection detection system. It's showing that several men across Georgia are being denied intimacy by their partners due to ED.
How can this be?
Well, it's more common than you think. As men age, their bodies change. And unfortunately, once they get over 50, some things don't work like they used to.
So what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. We need to get them to Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He can fix ED problems.
But how?
At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, they are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimex to create an erection and more.
Hi, this is Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? Guys, it won't get better on its own. When it's not hard, it's really hard. But I can help you today. Call us at Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911 or learn more about us online at tbtofga.com.
Right now, new car prices are out of control. Yes, it's more affordable to buy a used vehicle, but can you really trust what you're getting? That's why I use VIX Auto Care. VIX can perform a pre-purchase inspection of the vehicle I'm thinking about. They'll check it out from top to bottom, so I know if there are any potential problems. VIX helps me make the right decision. So before you buy, give VIX a try. VIX Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them at VIXAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
Oh, we went one ahead here. Oh, hold everything. Now, wait a minute. Now. You faked me out. Hold on. Here we go. This would be the Beatles. And the reason I got this on my history list, here it is. We're playing this song because 1962, Please, this is the old Beatles, the Kimmer Beatles. Love Me Do. 1962, a Beatle died. Did you know there was a member of the Beatles band died on this day in 1962? Their bass player. Their bass player was named Stuart Sutcliffe. The original Beatles bass player for 18 months from January of 1960 to June of 1961. He was in Hamburg, Germany after he left the group and died of a brain hemorrhage on the way to the hospital at the age of 22.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a true story. Wow. He left the band to pursue an art career. The cause of the aneurysm is not known. He had a head injury earlier after a fight with a Beatles performance in January 1961. John Lennon and Pete Best went to Sutcliffe's aid in the fight, fighting off his attackers. Sutcliffe suffered a fractured skull. Lennon's little finger was broken. John Lennon broke his finger in the fight. Sutcliffe had blinding headaches, refused medical attention. He's partially credited with coming up with the name of the group.
Wow.
Have you ever heard this story?
I have not.
This guy who died, Stuart Sutcliffe, died at 22 of a brain hemorrhage, the first Beatles drummer. He came up with the name of the group, jokingly suggested calling it Beatles as a play on Buddy Holly's Crickets.
I'll be done.
Holly's got crickets, let's be the Beatles. Before that, they were the Quarrymen, and then they changed it to the Silver Beatles, and later the Beatles.
Just the Beatles. Wow.
And their first drummer died.
Did not know that.
Nobody knew, and he gave him the name. I love history. It's weird. I love this weird history stuff.
No, it's awesome. That's great.
Let's see. I got. In fact, I should mention this. I got a really tortury one coming up here later. But General Robert E. Lee gave a final address to his troops on this day in 1865. It's very short. He said, after 4 years of arduous service marked by unsurpassed courage and fortitude, the Army of Northern Virginia has been compelled to yield to overwhelming numbers and resources. I need not tell the brave survivors of so many hard-fought battles who have remained steadfast to the last that I have consented to the result from no distrust of them I determined to avoid the useless sacrifice of those whose past services have endeared them to their countrymen. I bid you an affectionate farewell.
Wow.
Robert E. Lee. And that was it. And then it was over.
That was it. Wow.
Yeah. In 1865. Let's see what else we got going on here. A quick birthday here. Peter McNichol is 72 years old today. He played John Cage on Ally McBeal. He was the guy who used to go in. He had his own get-up in the men's room, and he would have a remote control pocket thing that would flush the toilet.
Really?
Before he went to the stall, he would have a thing and it would flush the toilet because it said, "I like a fresh bowl."
I like a fresh bowl.
I like a fresh bowl. That's what he said.
Oh wow!
And that little skinny Ally McBeal married Richard Harrison, Harrison Ford, I think.
Harrison.
Isn't that his wife?
Yes.
Callista Flockhart, Flackfloop, or whatever the hell.
Wow.
Anyway, so this guy Peter McNichol, he also played Dr. Poa in Ghostbusters 2. He was on the movie Numbers and Tom Lennox on 24. Peter McNichol's 72 years old today.
That show I watched.
Yeah. 24. 24. I never watched it when it came on. And then for some reason I did, and then I said, "Oh, I like this show," and I never met. But who's the kid? The actor's son who starred in it.
Sutherland,
Kiefer Sutherland from who's the old man? Sutherland.
Gosh,
I hated that guy. Donald Sutherland.
Yes,
Anyway, but Kiefer Sutherland, and he always yelled like this. Get over here right now. I'm really angry right now. I'm yelling right now. Oh, boy, you get your ass over here, mister.
That's really good.
I mean, seriously. Boy, am I angry.
That's great.
Anyway,
that's really good.
Let's see. A couple of things of leftover type stuff here that I wanted to get to. And this goes to show the lunatics on the left and what they're doing, not only to the criminal justice system, but immigration as well. In the Bronx, a radical judge has sentenced a New York City police sergeant to prison for up to 9 years because he stopped the guy from getting away. The judge named Guy Mitchell, not the guy who used to sing. Guy Mitchell was a singer. Judge Guy Mitchell slapped a Sergeant Eric Duran with a conviction that could lead to 9 years, guilty of manslaughter, because a suspect. Let's see. The suspect. Well, okay. It was a fleeing suspect, and he was taken off on his motorbike. And so the detective, the motorbike was heading for other police officers. So this detective, Sergeant Eric Duran, said he threw a drink cooler at the guy to stop him from getting away on his motorbike. Unfortunately, the guy crashed, hit his head, and died. Okay, so the guy died, which is serious, But again, he was getting away. He was caught red-handed. Mm-hmm. He was trying to get away, and so the judge. Here's what the judge said, and here's why the police officers and the unions in New York are going crazy here. Commissioner Ray Kelly said, "This is a huge miscarriage of justice. Every cop in the city should feel betrayed by the conviction and the sentence, and every New Yorker concerned about safety. They're more concerned about the crime and the people who commit them than the victims." A scooter fleeing drug suspect got hit with a cooler, fell and hurt his head, and died. Well, the judge said he justified the sentence by saying it will serve as a general deterrent to other law enforcement officers. Deterrent?
Deterrent for what?
From stopping the guy from getting away?
Wow.
And the judge said, I think this cop just threw that cooler so he wouldn't lose an arrest for his record.
Come on.
So the cop should have ditched his duty and let the guy get away. And the police actually said he could have knocked down the charge instead of manslaughter. It could have been criminally negligent homicide, which would have led to probation and no prison. He said that they wanted to give a lesson and be a deterrent to other police officers On the other hand, a few years ago, there was a cop found guilty of manslaughter for shooting a guy who turned out to be unarmed in a dark stairwell, and he was sentenced to probation and community service. And another time, a guy gave himself up to a gang member who in fact, this guy Mitchell, who was the bad guy, gave a gang member 9 months. The judge Mitchell gave a gang member 9 months in prison for beating a homeless man to death.
Oh, my goodness.
So a gang member beat a guy to death, and he only got 9 months in prison. A police officer who threw a cooler at a guy to stop him from fleeing, and the guy crashed on because he's a bad driver, gets 9 years. A cop going to prison for 9 years? Can you imagine what his life's going to be like?
That's awful. And that judge knows this.
Unbelievable. It was a buy and drug bust operation to protecting other cops in the path, and they're going nuts. They're going freaking crazy.
I sure hope the union can save him on this one.
All right, now let me ask you this. We're going to take a break here, but think about this, and maybe you'll have an opinion about this. In North Carolina, a kid named Jaden Cintron, 18-year-old Chick-fil-A worker, working a shift on the morning. He stepped away, went to the restroom, and he saw some money left in 2 white envelopes near one of the toilets. One was labeled First Citizens Bank, the other was Truist Bank, and the cash inside, almost $10,000.
Oh, wow.
2 envelopes left in the bathroom. 18-year-old kid working there, routine shift, found the money. He was pretty shaken at first. He said, oh, my God, this isn't happening. And then he said, well, I can't keep this for myself. It's not what Jesus would have done.
Oh, wow.
And so he went to his human resources people at Chick-fil-A and said, here, take this. They found the guy, offered him a $500 reward. He said, no, I can't take money for doing what anybody else would have done. And eventually they kind of made him take the money. After all, 18-year-old kid, why not? But again, everybody, the reaction to the story is that people are saying, oh, I can't believe that kid didn't steal the money. Everybody would take the money.
No.
Wouldn't you? I thought to myself, know that?
I hope that's
Would you, if you were an 18-year-old kid and you walk into the bathroom where you worked and you found 2 envelopes with $10,000 in cash, do you think you could get away with first of all, do you think with got to be security and people would see you go, first of all, it sounds stupid, but for people to be saying, oh, I can't believe you didn't take the money.
That's terrible to hear.
Is that what the normal...
if that's the normal reaction, then shame on society.
Jeff is one of our newcomers.
Yes, Jeff.
What was your reaction, obviously, to finding $10,000 in the bathroom as a teenager?
It's not mine. It goes back.
Yeah.
Would you? Even for a minute, it reminded me of The Sopranos. Of some drug dealer with the little cousin Anthony, the Tony that Anthony had to shoot when he found the drug dealer flew that bag of cash and he kept that money. That's one thing. If your drug dealer's throwing cash around, I'll take the money.
Take the money. Yes.
And remember, by the way, Victor, again, this is not from personal experience, but if your dancer wants you to give her money to go buy drugs, she's not coming back.
She's not coming back.
547. 1063. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's a rule. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just,
Extra 1063 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 1063 and the Extra app.
If you live in Georgia, you already see it. The cars are turning yellow, the pollen is here, and this year, with an earlier and warmer spring projected, it's hitting even sooner. But here's what matters most. It's not just what's outside, it's what your family is breathing inside. Your kids, your pets, you. Your HVAC system doesn't just control the temperature. It circulates the air throughout your entire home. And without proper filtration and purification, that air can carry pollen, dust, and allergens right through every room. Central specializes in whole home air purification systems. Advanced filtration, humidity control, and high-efficiency carrier systems are designed to support healthier indoor air. When you combine air purification technology with dependable carrier performance, you're creating a cleaner, more comfortable environment for the people who matter most. Right now, you can receive up to $1,700 in rebates plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making it easier to protect your home before allergy season peaks. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. And if you're driving back from the game, you might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who's recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you, and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state for 21 consecutive years as a Georgia super lawyer. Hagan-law.com, Hagan-law.com.
When I first started using a CPAP, getting supplies and equipment was a horrible hassle. It pretty much stayed that way until I discovered CPAPs, etc.com. Same-day shipping on anything you might need, including travel CPAPs, hoses, masks, you name it. Same-day shipping. CPAPsETC.com or visit their store in Alpharetta. So easy, and you could be preserving your health and saving your life.
Hey, this is Los with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
At Georgia Power, we are committed to protecting our customers' personal information and exposing the tricks that scammers use to steal your hard-earned money. If someone comes to your door and doesn't have a Georgia Power uniform and badge, or calls you on the phone and threatens to turn off your power if you don't make an immediate payment, they are scammers. If you suspect a problem, call us immediately. Never let the person into your home, and call law enforcement if you're concerned. To learn more about how to protect yourself, visit georgiapower.com/scams.
Sponsored by Georgia Power.
Lacrosse fans, this Sunday, April 12th at 4 p.m., Gas South Arena and the Georgia Swarm honor our local heroes. Join the Georgia Swarm in partnership with Lifelink of Georgia for an exclusive Marvel superhero comic book giveaway, pro indoor lacrosse action, and a special halftime showdown between first responders and military veterans. Don't miss the South's home for professional lacrosse on Sunday, April 12th at 4 p.m. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com.
All right, look out. Here we go. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete Davis is getting better. Be back in no time, probably. Flounders in the booth. Also, Jeff is being kind of trained to be part of our team here. And Victor, of course,
Yes.
co-hosting here for our happy Let It Rip Friday thing. You having a good time there, Victor?
I'm having a blast. You made my Friday.
Well, this isn't your normal, broadcasting opportunity. Anyway, and again, Jeff here's filling in on the board, learning stuff. Our birthday list includes Brian Setzer. Brian Setzer, the Stray Cats. And the Brian Setzer Orchestra, Stray Cats' biggest hits, Rock This Town, Stray Cat Strut, and Sexy and 17. Well, that's kind of kinky. Anyway, Brian Setzer is 67 years old today. Okay. And a couple of history things that I just think are pretty funny. Cool. I hope you feel the same way. On this day in 1849, a patent for the safety pin is issued to Walter Hunt. There were versions of safety pins dating back to the ancient Romans, but this guy Hunt's version included a spring to hold the pin in place. the safety pin patent. Can you imagine the money you would get for the patent for every safety pin ever made?
Wow.
He sold his patent and the rights to it for $400.
Oh, gosh.
They went on to earn millions for people who did it. I once, remember the story, I had a friend, I had a girlfriend that wanted to die to me, and she had a condo I used to go to in Aspen, and one of the guys who worked with her ex-husband as a commodity broker, and he apparently made his money by figuring out how to make the little fasteners for lawn furniture.
Really?
Those little teeny little rivet things that are going all the, he made those. Yeah. So he's got like $70 trillion. It's like B.B. Rebozo. B.B. Rebozo made his billions of dollars designing the aerosol nozzle.
What?
Every can of aerosol spray, why didn't we think of it? Anyway. But this guy safety pin, not only that, this guy, same guy, this 1849, he also invented not only the safety pin, he invented the sewing machine, a repeating rifle, and the fountain pen.
No, wow.
1849, and then later on years. Gerald Ford, on this day in 1976, was touring the Alamo for a re-election campaign in 1976, and he wants to, of course, you have to eat food on a campaign trail. So he's eating tamales, and he didn't take off the husk.
Oh, no.
He's eating the paper-like thing of the shell of it thing, and it didn't help his image as a bumbler, and it cost him the Texas vote and pretty much everything else. And, of course, they used to make fun of him on Saturday Night Live, falling down all the time, and of course he was a big time football player for University of Michigan,
right?
But he was known as a bumbler, and anyway, whatever. And what else we got? We got a thing here now. A couple things. Some showbiz stuff, and this really kind of freaked me out. People are talking again. I mentioned yesterday. People are talking on podcasts about things that we've never heard on radio and TV and stuff. 98 Degrees. A guy named Nick Lachey, who was married to what's her name for a very short Jessica Simpson for a couple of years. Anyway, Nick Lachey, 98 Degrees. There's a book coming out talking about these guys when they were 21 years old on stage, and when they were going on tour the first time in 1999, somebody at their label, their company, gave them a book. The book had the age of consent to have sex with girls, the age of consent in every state in America. For their tour.
Oh, wow.
So they would know whether they're breaking the law from the groupies showing up on the tour bus. And he said, we kept that book on the tour bus. It was a safeguard to keep them out of trouble. But he said, it didn't really work because fans would sneak in on the tour bus and we wouldn't even know they were there until we got to the next city.
Wow.
He said we ordered room service, and there were girls who would pop out of the service cart underneath the cloth hiding the service cart. Wow. And he said some things are a little too crazy to talk about. I can imagine. Hey, he married Jessica Simpson in 2002, and it lasted like 3.5 years. Anyway, so whatever. But I thought that was cool. And one thing, I've got 1 minute to talk about this. You know who Nikki Glaser is? Nikki Glaser is a famous comedian chick, tall blonde, really kinky. She hosts things. And you know who she is. Have you seen Nikki Glaser? Yes. Well, she is linked with a guy. Nikki Glaser is 41. She's got a boyfriend named Chris Convey, a producer. And she has now admitted, she says, I don't care if my boyfriend hooks up. It's not a two-way street, though. I'm not in somebody who likes to hook up when I'm in a relationship, but I don't care if somebody else does. If a guy has sexual connection with a girl, uses protection just to have sex for a night, I don't care, even if my husband did that. Now, if he were to do crossword puzzles and send memes and talk sweet talk to a woman, I'd be like, what do you think you're doing? So Nikki Glaser says it's okay if her lover has girlfriends on the side as long as he doesn't fall in love with them and act all cuckoo.
Okay. Wow. That's hard to believe.
Just disgusting. I mean, again,
you think she's doing that just to get clicks?
I know. I'm sure it's true.
Wow.
But I mean, if you don't hold things as treasures, then you don't hold things.
Then you don't.
All right, hold on. We got one more FLounders Funny here. Wow. Let's do it. I think we got one.
My
more.
wife's actually mad at me right now because I went out drinking like a few nights ago, and I stayed out crazy late. So I'm going to read. I have a sequence of text. Just see if we can figure out where she got mad. The first text, my wife was at work at 3:03 p.m. She texted, "Are you awake?" 3:10 p.m. I texted, "Just got done jogging." 3:12 p.m., she texted, jog to the kitchen and do the dishes. She's funny. 7:04 p.m., I texted, I got to go do comedy. 7:08 p.m., she texted, have good shows. I love you. So there's no fight right there. That's sweet and fun. Now, I think she got mad somewhere over the next 11 hours. Because I did not resurface until 6:16 a.m. I texted, I on my house. 6:17 a.m. she texted, are you drunk? 6:19 a.m. I texted, you're drunk. 6:22 a.m. she texted, we need to talk in the morning. 6:24 a.m. I texted, it is morning. 6:27 a.m. she texted, sleep on the couch. I was like, oh boy. That's when I knew I was in trouble, guys. But we've been together a long time. I know how to fix all this stuff. So the last text I sent, 6:31 a.m., I texted, whatever, dude.
Nate Vergazzi. Victor, thanks again, man.
Absolutely.
Jeff, welcome aboard. Flounder and Mrs. Flautica Veronica, have a great day. In the meantime, Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb. Stand by. Yeah, no.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
Cautiously optimistic. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News.
We have a good team, and they meet tomorrow. We'll see how it all works out.
President Trump moments ago as he heads to Virginia for a fundraiser as Vice President J.D. Vance leads a delegation to Pakistan for meetings with Iran on a permanent ceasefire.
He's still keeping his options all on the table, saying that all the ships and the troops and the ammo and the weaponry is staying in place. It's being reloaded, so to speak, so that if things go south, they can pick up this fight anytime they want. But he is signaling some optimism. What's unclear right now is whether the Iranians are trying to move the goalposts again. There was this whole debate over whether Lebanon was involved or was part of the ceasefire.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. President Trump said earlier today he asked Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to dial back the strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, though Israel targeted